worked at any time. No, me and Trevor were working some stuff not that long ago.
Maybe you can work the door New Year's Eve.
But dude, it's gonna be like that's the perfect.
I'm retired. It's over.
All right.
It's
That's
over.
the perfect
Why
thing.
ruin a good friendship again?
You know what we did
Right,
last year?
we're not going 3 strikes, dude.
Last year we sat here and watched like Black Mirror and kind of tried to see fireworks outside the window.
It was raining and shit.
It was raining. It's like, dude, if we
okay.
have somewhere fun to go on fucking New Year's, I am stoked.
And it's really
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
rain.
And
on
we'll be
New
around all
Year's.
the people we care about, our friends and family, and like all that.
That's cool. You can do that
It's so
early,
sweet.
you know. But Allie, where you at? And at Southport, done. Like that's
what I'm saying.
party time. That
That's
is
what
gonna
I'm
be
saying.
awesome.
It's gonna be
I hope
awesome.
Trevor comes in town.
Buck Netto saved the night.
He did good.
Yeah, no, I'm
It's
happy
over.
about that.
And they're tough to get. You know, that's a hot ticket.
I figured that. I think it's gonna be freaking blowout. Like it's
I
gonna
think
be
we all
awesome.
need to get
Yeah,
Fat Netto hats.
they might need work that
Yes,
day.
the
Maybe we
captain's
all
hat.
go in looking like
Got
him.
it.
Looking
Got
like
it.
who?
Got it at the house.
Like deckhands. Tim's already got the outfit. He wears that. Like,
I'll wear a
Is it
deckhand.
on a
normal
Oh,
night?
I got the fucking where you at outfit. Like,
Oh,
I'm ready
well,
to go.
fucking
I don't have
Yeah,
my,
he
I don't
got
have
the
my leader
fucking boat
hose,
shirt
but
or
I got the
whatever the
boat
fuck.
shirt. There you go,
You
Allie.
need the boat shoes. That's what sells.
Yeah,
Sperry's.
you gotta
I'll
have-
go to Sperry, get the Sperry's. They
Sperry's
make them in my
now.
side. Yeah,
Yeah,
what's up
Lattie's
with that?
got to teach you the shoe game.
I think I'm gonna wear my Hawaiian shirt with those white pants. I forget what they called.
Linens?
Oh,
Yes.
Dude, I'm hyped about this now.
Yeah.
Dude, I
yeah,
know it's
fuck
gonna be
yeah,
the
dude.
bomb. It's gonna be so
Fucking
cool.
right. Yeah, there's nothing worse than having a bad New Year's.
Are we doing the show right now?
Yeah.
What time is
All
it?
right.
Now
Yeah,
we're ready at
8:01,
194
we've
The
been live.
Firmament with special guest Tim Lattie, IDW comic book artist and creator of Night Stars. You don't know what Night Stars is? You're about 6 years behind, kind of like the first issue was. Him and Mayday are recovering from the secretive mom's ball that they can't talk about.
Ooh.
Y'all all right, though? Y'all doing good?
Yeah, the coffee's helping. I mean, it's only 8 o'clock at night, so yeah, the
Is
coffe's
it?
helping.
I'm getting slowly better as we move on.
Oh, so
I don't
this is
know-
going to be like an up climb show and not a
Hopefully.
down slide.
I'm hoping. It's
all right.
either gonna just fall flat on its face and never get going, or it's gonna get progressively better.
We got a
I felt
long way
rough
to
driving
go.
over. I feel we're doing better.
All right.
Improving.
Coffee helps.
It does.
Doing Mayday got here. We getting stuff out the truck. I take the normal amount. We spend the normal amount of time like getting psyched up to carry it in. And then I start walking. I'm walking at a normal pace, which is slightly faster than the average human being, I think. And he's like, "Oh, slow it down, pal. Slow it down. Oh, ain't moving like that." And I'm like, "Oh, shit. Oh, by the way, 0 show prep. No show prep.
Yeah.
No, I barely can get the shit into the
And then
place."
he walks up with this frozen ass, delicious ass looking
Oh,
French
yeah.
press. I was like,
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at this motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, both rest of the hand free. Not
Yeah.
another one. Not like he didn't get a picture of it or nothing. Just one cup. Remember that when we brew some Kappa Mocha lattes
I
over
didn't know.
that bitch.
Hey, you never want to drink it because you'll fucking always, you're like,
No,
oh,
Oh,
I
you,
actually
that
wouldn't have
thing's
wanted
all
one, 'cause
milk
then
and
you can
cream.
never
I'll
go
be
to sleep.
shitting about 4 minutes into this. We won't even get into flat Earth, and I'm gonna have to go take a crap.
It did look good though. I'll say that.
Hey, I needed something, dude. I really did, because, dude, I was dragging I'm dragging ass. I'm not going to lie.
All right, well, it's Tim's fault. He kept it out way too late.
He's been a very bad influence on me as of late.
I realize Tim goes into hiding for like months, so when he comes back out,
Yeah,
that's like
huh?
an offshoreman coming back with his check. And like, like, welcome back. Tim's like, I'm on fire, baby. Mayday's like, nah, I've been running.
Welcome back!
Oh, it used to be. It's not your turn yet.
Too.
Nah, dude, calm down. Used to be.
All
man.
right, if she's gonna sit by you, you're still.
Talk to Tim.
No, dude, not right now. Hold on for a second.
Sorry,
She'll be all
Tim.
right. She'll be all right.
Sorry. If she touches you again, you're gonna have to call authorities.
All right, it's gonna be okay.
All right. Dude, you're in a movie.
What?
Which James and Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
James and
I
Bob.
do show up at the end.
Did the remake?
Did you see it or no?
No.
All
No. Oh, it's already
I
out?
sneak in at the very end in the credits.
I listened to the Weekend
nice.
Geek show that you were on recently.
Uh-huh.
That's the only way I even knew about
The
this.
Weakling Geeks?
Weekly Geeks.
That's his
Nice.
song?
Motherfuck, noise, noise, noise. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Noise, noise, noise. Smoking weed, doing coke, drinking beers, beers.
last night.
Is this Latin song? What is this about?
Dude, so you drew some stuff for
Yeah.
the movie and all that?
Dude,
That's
got
pretty cool.
to be super involved. All my art, all my Ghostbuster pictures, my originals are hanging up in Brody's comic shop in Esplanade Mall. Did a bunch of pieces for the movie. One giant piece I have in my office right now. I mean, it's like massive. I had to cut it at the bottom because it was so I couldn't fit it, against the wall, 8-foot walls. Got to meet Kevin Smith a couple times, Jay, all those dudes.
So they used the comic book store as like a place to shoot?
Yeah.
What
so they
comic book
created a
store is
complete
it?
comic
What's it
book
called?
shop in Esplanade Mall because Esplanade Mall's done.
Oh, really?
When was the last time you went?
Correct.
Exactly. That's all you need to know. Nobody goes there
I
anymore.
used to like it, but they closed down a lot of the stores.
Back in the 90s, that was the spot. Esplanade was the mall. Nobody was going to Lakeside, but it is dead. So it was the perfect place
Then
to
all
film
of a sudden
a
they
movie.
built some fucking excitement and everybody was there.
Well, they were talking about they might do Mallrats 2 there.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, so that would be awesome.
So they build a complete new comic book store.
And it was gorgeous. It was beautiful.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were involved in that or what? Like what happened? What is
Only
all
involved with we were in there helping set up because my buddy was a what do you call it? He was
Like
just
an art
help. He was
director
the
or something?
comic book guy, so it was all his stuff in there. And they brought us in, and we kind of helped a little bit. And they just kind of mentioned that they had Ghostbusters cleared because you got to get everything cleared before you put stuff into a movie. So all the Marvel stuff, the DC stuff. That had approval, and then he just kind of came up and he's like, "Hey, dude, we got Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles cleared." And
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. My
Was it
buddy's
some of
like,
the
"Dude,
ones you
this is
drew?
my boy. Like, this is the
It's
guy."
the dude who drew it.
Yeah. And I said, "Look, man," I was like, "I got all my originals at home if y'all want to use them." And he's like, "I'm not going to tell you not to bring them." So we just ran back to the house. I went to Michael's, bought a bunch of frames, put them in frames.
So,
and
dude, a
they
long
hung them up
time
on the wall.
ago.
I got a ton. I got
Did
so
you
many
get
photos.
to see it in the movie?
You see it when Brody comes out. He comes out from this back room, and you can kind of see it behind his head a little bit. But you can see some of my artwork hanging up.
Nice.
I need to watch it again. I only saw it that one time.
And then your head's in the movie too.
My head, yeah, you see the side of my head.
No,
at the
no
very
speaking
end.
role though.
Huh?
Not a speaking role. Just
No,
back of your head.
I had no lines.
Did you have that kind of haircut you got now?
Yeah. No, you can see the fade. You can see the fade a mile away. The high and tight.
Nice. Well, that was kind of cool. And being involved in that.
Was,
Is it a
that
big
was
deal
one of
to
the
you?
highlights of my year, man. That was great.
Like, I think Kevin Smith's horrible. I'm not like a fan at all.
Why?
But like a lot of people are.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd be a big fan of that guy.
I grew up watching them, Clerks and Mallrats and all that stuff.
I thought Clerks was kind of cool because it was so
Okay.
different. It felt like you were watching something maybe you shouldn't have been. I don't know. It seemed like an
Probably.
underground kind of passed
It
around
was.
VHS tape.
Yeah.
That was cool. So it already had a cool factor before you watched it. I did think it was a really good low budget film. And for us being young, I never watched a low budget film before. So it was kind of cool.
There's nothing else like that.
After that,
there was
though,
nothing else like Clerks. Yeah.
After that, I just never was really into it.
So if you're like a kid in the 90s, all you have, if you're reading comic books and stuff like that, all you have is like Revenge of the Nerds, like all these kind of like weirdo geek movies. And when Kevin Smith came in, and really for me, more importantly, like Brody and Mallrats, it kind of made comic books what in my world it really was. Like it was kind of like a little more, I don't know. It wasn't like the Poindexter kind of guy, like
He's one
pushing
of
up
the
his glasses. It was
godfathers
just
of
more
pop.
like normal dudes that read comics. You know what I mean? Like you just go hang out, you riff on each other. So
He kinda-
I guess that's why it was important.
He really is one of the godfathers of the I'll call it like pop nerd culture movement, to where it's
Probably
cool.
made it what it is today.
It's
I mean,
cool
yeah,
to be
yeah.
now a comic book nerd, you know?
There's nothing even on that level. Nothing even close then. So yeah, 90s, that's just crazy for me. And especially you're in high school, you're still developing and everything. So that was a big deal. And then to end up, so the mall, I keep saying this, man, but the mall where we used to go pretend to be Mallrats in, they have Brody's comic book shop, and then my art hanging in Brody's comic book shop. It was just
All right, you said
unbelievable, dude. It's so
Wow.
cool.
Who is we?
Who?
Pretend, you said we
Well,
go and
well,
pretend to be Mallrats.
me and my friends, me and a couple friends.
Which ones? I need names.
What, their names?
Yeah.
One's a lawyer. He probably didn't want to be on this episode.
All right.
So I'll leave
So
him
y'all
out.
would go and reenact.
No, dude, you would just
All right.
just like you'd be anybody in a movie. You kind of imitate them a little bit, you know?
Y'all would go and dump drinks on people and shit?
No, it never got that crazy. Go get cookies.
You
Cookies from
understood.
the cookie stand, stuff like that.
And go like sit on a
Right,
bench.
go
and-
figure- I don't know, just be nerds,
Which
bro.
one
Like,
were
it was
you?
just-
You were wearing a hoodie or something?
Probably dressed a little bit like him, yeah. And Chino Moreno from Deftones. Those
Really?
were the two.
God, that's fucking crazy. Well, goddamn, this is a
Everybody
beautiful
has
moment.
one, dude. Everybody has one from being a kid. Somebody that they were trying to imitate. So Brody was one of them. So yeah, Kevin Smith was a big deal.
Yeah, and you drew some artwork and he had some and everything, I heard.
Yeah, he took them home. So there were these big like cutouts. Like I said, I have a couple in at my house, And there were 3 more that I had done artwork on, and we found out that he took them. I don't know what he did with them, but they went back with him. So honored by that, too. That was super cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you went through, your moment of kind of doubt, like, man, am I really going to be doing this? Like, I remember you guys.
What you mean,
we're
moment of
talking,
doubt?
I think we're talking maybe 4 years ago
Okay.
or something. And you were like, man, I'm kind of at that crossroad where I got to make a decision. Do I keep doing this shit?
I do that.
or-
I still do that now.
Really? You do?
I do that. I just went through that recently.
But you're getting small successes throughout
So
things
I've
now.
always, ever since probably 2013 in the Kickstarter, I treat it like Mario Brothers. And as long as I keep getting 1-ups, I'll keep playing, Art, anybody that's done art knows that it can be very difficult. And entertainment, I'm learning the other side of entertainment right now, the business side and making deals. And that's a whole nother world, dude. That is a whole nother animal. So,
Well, dude, you list now. You're doing Ninja Turtles, right? You still do
Yeah.
IDW comics.
I've
y'all
done
got
some Ninja Turtles, yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Mostly Ghostbusters.
Really?
Yeah,
You were
a lot
doing
of Ghostbusters.
WWE for a while.
Did a bunch of WWE, did a bunch of Plants vs. Zombies, did some Firefly last year, too.
What's that?
That TV show, Firefly.
Maybe.
It's a big hit. People love
I need that.
I've heard. I
Yeah,
heard. Maybe it's
It's
not
a
here
nerd
tonight.
thing.
All right.
No, I've
People-
heard
people love
about it. I
Firefly.
never saw it, but I did hear people say it was like a big thing.
They love it.
Is Night Stars in hiatus?
Yeah.
Night Stars is being talked about now, and we're probably going to change the name to Time Kids. You don't like that? No, I like it. Dude,
That just threw me off. I was
dude,
like,
we know.
all right, Tom Kids, gotcha.
Time Kids. Yeah, somebody said it as a joke, and
What's
I don't
wrong
know, I
with
kind
Night
of like
Stars?
it. Just kind of rebrand it. I like Night Stars, but I guess it doesn't tell you what it is in the title.
He's right though,
No,
because
that's
kids
better.
are gonna see that and they're automatically gonna know it's for kids.
You know, Teenage
Yeah, I don't
Mutant
like
Ninja
that.
Turtles. There's no debate what it is. Like, you know what it is in the title.
Yeah,
Night
but-
Stars has meaning behind it because it's based off the Van Gogh painting.
Right.
And there's Van Gogh paintings hidden out,
Right.
through all the...
And it doesn't tell you.
I
like the
We're
fact that
tossing
when
it
you
Yeah, but
around,
he's trying to
dude.
make
We're tossing
money
it
as art
around.
tone, or he's trying to be mysterious. He's trying to sell these fucking things. Hey, kids, this is for you.
I'll tell you this: my artistic view of that situation
Autistic?
is either way. Mm-hmm. My view on that is you can either take a lot of money later or little money at a time. And if you sell out like that, yeah, you could probably get a faster initial return.
Is
but
that
then-
selling out, though?
Why is
Yes.
it selling out to change?
Why
the
is
name?
it selling out?
Because Night Stars leaves things open. And at
Right.
first glance, maybe you think it is a book about aliens. And then you go and you find out it's about time travel.
Right. Yeah, there's actually no aliens.
That
there.
was to me the most amazing part and my favorite part about it, because it gave you one thing but then shocked you. It had instant shock value and confusion. You made people question what they believed initially. That was the
a
concept of the
warm-up,
book to
right.
me. So when you change it to Time Kids, then you see aliens and you're like, wait, it's aliens, but it says Time Kids. Oh, those are... Like, I love the fact that you snuck time travel into what looked like a book about aliens. Like,
I want to get weirder with it. I have a bunch of other stories I want to tell. That was just something, again, we've been playing around with it. There's another book that was called, like, Xenoscopia or something like that.
Makes me think about
Okay.
a warrior princess.
But,
That scares me.
and it didn't do that well. And then it eventually changed its names to Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, and it did great. Green Day has another story like that. Like, they were a different name when they switched the name. So I'm just wondering if a rebranding would make a difference. I'm going to talk with the editor-in-chief at IDW tomorrow and get his opinion on it, because he actually helped build the Kickstarter 7 years ago. So he was very much involved. The other guy that I'm in partnership with, Michael DeChesser, he loves it. He loves Time Kids. He loves the name.
Really?
So I don't know. And I value y'all's opinion, so.
No, if you
I'm
want to
curious
destroy
hear it.
everything you built, go ahead.
I don't think it's selling out,
Your
though.
shit, man.
I think the work speaks for itself, and the name is not necessarily that important if the work
All right.
continues to be what it is.
Mayday, you want to break the tie.
And Allie, that's not what I'm gonna change. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
Night
not.
Stars or Time Kids? Are you breathing? He is.
I kind of want. I don't like the kids theme.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just being honest.
Yeah. No, I want the honesty. I want
get
honesty.
it, but I feel like longevity. I feel like you would have a better, like a slower
Yeah,
burn.
what if you want to continue to do it for a long
Mm-hmm.
time and the kids grow up and now you're writing comic books for older kids who now grew up and don't You understand? You get
Right.
a generation hooked, and then the comic
well,
book.
here's the
And
other
the
thing that's
kids
taking
age
into
as the
consideration.
fucking. It would
Yeah.
be like watching the Cosby Show. The kids age while you're aging with the
Right.
kids.
And Night
So
They're
you're
Stars.
stuck in
relating
time,
to-
so they're not going to change age
Like
at any
Boys
point
to Men was-
necessarily.
Oh, so they're
But
always
Boys
gonna
to
be
Men are going to
kids.
grow up. Boys to Men grow up. Like they,
Like them
and
kids
well, they
in that-
technically, actually, the title stays the same.
That's
So
true.
they're always
Man.
going to be kids. You're saying in this
Because
story.
they time travel.
I never. Well, I don't want to give away the ending.
Oh, boy.
But
Well,
I will
he's
say
saying-
this. So y'all are talking about slow burn and all this other stuff, but then that's when the business aspect comes into this because it's not. You don't. Your time costs money, so it's not free to just do this book.
Yeah.
So you have to, at some point, it has to be funded so you can do more, so you can continue with it. So I guess, either way, I like the name Time Kids. We'll see.
Time
I'm open
kids.
to everything.
Lottie's a whore.
Oh man,
I'm fine with it.
I'm
You were
taking
really
it out. I'm
being
just
hard
playing. I'm
on
just playing.
him.
I know. I'm fucking with him. I got him on the ropes, and I was like, "Fuck it. I'm gonna take it."
I'm
He's trying to sell out.
That is my mindset going into this. That is what I'm thinking about. Like
He
you
already-
want to reach people with it. If you have a message, you want to reach
that's
people.
what I was gonna say.
And it's kind of like
is that it'll
I mean,
get more kids'
what,
attention, so
right,
you have more exposure.
The few thousand you catch at a convention or something like that, or over a long period of time.
Maybe you ought to name it "My Mommy and Daddy Ignored Me." That's usually kids who buy those books anyway. They can relate to it.
No, but that's the point, though. I think that might make them at least see it and be like, oh, maybe this is for me.
And we want to go after the middle grade. We want to go after the MG market.
What
What's
is
So
that?
if you go
People can
buy
read?
Harry Potter at the bookstore, where is Harry Potter located?
I don't know.
It's in the young adult section. So it's in the kids section. You're not going to find it in, So,
What?
but adults are going in there
What
and
is
buying
young
that book
adults
still.
versus kids? What is young?
That's just like the market.
So you would want to put it in the kids section rather than the young adult section.
No, all those are the same sections. But if you go to Barnes and Nobles, there's going to be the kids section, and then there's going to be like the graphic novel and manga section off to the side.
I got
Okay.
another name for you.
Oh, here
How
we
to,
go.
how to do drugs and have sex without your parents finding out. Like, name it that, and every kid that goes in there
That's
is
a good
going to
point.
spend
They
their money
will.
on
They
it.
will buy it.
I'm fixing stuff. You need me on your team.
I'm going to have to fire Buck Lightning, man.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Dude, I knew that would get y'all. That's my boy. I love him.
Maybe we could put a Krispy Kreme hamburger on the cover.
Why would you say?
I don't know.
He doesn't like me. He deleted me off of Facebook. So,
Did he really?
yeah, I think I know why.
Made
It's
fun
a
of
short
Krispy
story. It's a
Kreme.
short story. We're at Babylon. I was really, really drunk. I was about to pass out. I was like high. I was fucked up. So then he looks at me. He's talking to Buddy. He looks at me, and I'm sitting on the bench, and I'm kind of swaying. He was like, "Are you okay?" And for some reason, all that came out of me, like at the moment, was, "Yeah, are you?" And then he was like, "Arr," and like turned around, and then I think he thought I was being mean, but really I was just drunk.
That's
So
fair.
anyway, I think that's why he doesn't like me.
On your end, yeah.
Do you have a favorite character to draw right now?
Oh, man. I don't know. I kind of like drawing Egon. I'm kind of itching to go back to Night Stars a little bit or Time Kids. Janine. I like drawing Janine.
Really?
Yeah. So those are up there.
I
Yeah,
gotta
I know
see
Egon and Janine. But
what
yeah.
do you make her look like? Do you make her look
Giant
like
tits.
Yeah.
Always.
Always
no
bent
matter-
over?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Short skirt.
yikes.
Those are the two. And sometimes I like doing the monsters or any kind of ghost. So I enjoy anything. I like any kind of nature stuff. I enjoy that kind of stuff. When I have to do like technical things, like the proton packs and all that.
Oh, man.
God, that takes so long. Like right now, I'm doing Ecto 1 on the cover and a bunch of tech, and it's just reference fest. You know what I mean? Like I'm just all over Google and everything like that, trying to find, is this correct? Is this right? And then mix and matching parts from like the cartoons and the movies, so I can throw as many Easter eggs as I can in there.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. There's a Ghostbusters Wikipedia, and I've been like scrolling through that, like all the different parts of Ecto 1 and everything. So I'm working. That's what I'm going to do after this.
Kind of cool when you get a project. It's not just about drawing it. You got to research and kind of know it.
I'm doing. I do tons of research on Ghostbusters and all this stuff. Night Stars as well. Tons of research, and I think that's the fun part, because then if you're a huge Ghostbuster fan and you see that cover, you're gonna notice these little things. I found something today I never even knew existed from season 5 of Real Ghostbusters. I'm looking for tools for the guy to use on the cover. I'm looking for props basically, and I found something on a page, and I went and I was like, dude, I could sneak this in there. Let's see if anybody catches this. You know, there's a guy. It's GB2 Magnum on Instagram, and he goes through our covers and finds all the Easter eggs, and then does these awesome breakdowns of what was in this cover, what was in that panel.
Holy shit, you serious?
Yeah. I love it. So now I'm just trying to stump him. You know, like how many can I throw out there for him?
Dude, that's awesome.
He is he's great.
It shows
he
you
does
how kinda
backgrounds
cool.
in the movies and everything.
That's a cool fucking thing about social media.
Social media is
You're doing your
wild.
job. You're making this book. You're adding things in. You get instant response that this guy found it, and now it's almost a personal thing with you and some guy you never met.
And so there's also like a line, do I tell him what's in there? Because there's been a couple times I'm like, hey, but I don't do it. So I've never done that yet.
No,
where I
don't
kinda
ruin
give
his
him a
fun.
heads up.
Waldo's right there, motherfucker.
And then there's
Ruined
another
it.
guy that's on there. There's a couple dudes, but it's Art of Real GB. That's a buddy of mine, and he's got all the model sheets and all the designs from the cartoons and the toy line, and he posts them on his Instagram. So that's another amazing resource where I'll save stuff all the time, just for like a later cover. I might not use it today, but I might bring it back, down the line somewhere.
That's cool as shit. Man,
So
that's
it's a
fun.
community thing. So everybody's helping out, whether they realize it or not. I would never know some of these things. Unused designs for the toys. I was throwing that in some of the covers.
What?
Oh,
That's
I love it. I
awesome.
eat that kind of stuff up. I eat it up. So it's kind of cool to bring something that never existed into
Now it
the
does.
life, into the,
Well, you're going to get sued.
yeah, probably. Kenner doesn't exist anymore.
Man, dude, that's fun. Hey, you want to do something real quick before we get into
Are we doing it?
some serious
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Can
Let's
you
get
do it?
weird.
It's the uncomfortable questions speed round.
All right.
Yes, no,
I'm
or
just going to go
maybe.
yes, no's. All
Yes,
right.
don't embellish. Or maybe. You're not even going to use
Okay.
me. Is the Earth round? Got him already.
No. Maybe.
Does Trump-
Probably not.
Pick one.
No.
Does Trump inspire mass shootings?
No.
Does NASA did NASA land man on the moon?
0% chance.
Does God care about what you do?
Yes.
Do Jewish people control the media, the entertainment industry, and the financial system?
Maybe.
Does your vote count?
Probably not.
If you have long hair, wear a dress, have tits and a dick, are you a male?
Yes.
Should pot be legal?
Yeah.
Are you in control of your own life?
I hope so. I'd like to think so. Probably
Did you,
not.
did you lie on any of these questions?
One.
Give me a real answer for are you in control of your own life?
Yes.
All right, there we go. Tim Lattie, uncomfortable question speed round. You were the first person. Dude, I think me and you agreed on all of them. But when I was trying to listen to your answers, I was fucking up reading the next question.
Some of them I had to think about the question as we went through them. I feel like that was pretty dead on,
All right.
to be honest.
We'll see. You're the first one that got it right that if you have a penis, you're a male. I went and
I
read
had to
the
think about the
definition.
question. I mean,
Why
that
is
was
that the right answer?
Because I looked it up. Like,
Pussy.
penis is one of the requirements to be
Pussy.
considered a male.
Yeah, but what if you're somebody that has a penis that identifies as a woman's?
Then you can
Pussy.
identify as such, but you still have a penis and fit the definition of what everybody or
But
Webster.
what if you have boobs?
Pussy.
You can get fake boobs. For my knowledge, I don't think you can get a fake penis and
Yes,
it be
you can.
believable.
Yes, you can.
Really?
Yes.
If anything happens to mine, I'm gonna get a zebra one. All right. Tim, you got a disclaimer
Ew.
before we go
Yeah,
into
I do have a disclaimer that
What?
Oh, here it goes.
No,
Did
I
you
thought
rehearse
about this
this?
all day. Hey, off top.
Not this, man. Are you trying?
I do not represent any of the things I work for. So off top. Also, I love conspiracies. I love all kinds of weird stuff like that. I'm into it. I enjoy it. Have my entire life. Some of these topics are like hot topics for people, and they fucking flip out.
Yeah.
We're just having fun, dude. Like, chill out. Like,
Oh,
this
this
is
is just
gonna be a
fun?
fun conversation.
Oh, really?
Well, I
None of
enjoy
this
it. I think
means
it's
nothing?
great, dude. I got to go to work tomorrow. So does everybody else. My life doesn't change.
Right,
you know,
right.
whether we live in the firmament or not.
So I think with
And we do.
yeah, I think. Oh shit!
Huh?
I totally lost it. It was something about you when you draw. You
Okay.
put on stuff like on podcast and
I'm
and
listening to
YouTube
this stuff
videos.
all day long, man, and I love it. And just like with the Ghostbuster thing and that fan community, I think this is almost like that as well, where people are doing stuff and it inspires my artwork at the same time, and it kind of
Make the
it's
concept
everybody
grow.
kind of working together in a weird way. So I would rather listen to a podcast or somebody on YouTube than
What the hell just
All right,
happened?
cut the music.
Not that one.
Happy Mardi Gras.
That's what you listen to?
Welcome to another Tales
yeah, I
from the
do. I like
Parade
pickle.
Route.
Yeah.
No, I'm all over the map. I'm all over the map.
But this
But
stuff's fun.
I need stuff. I'm there for hours on end. You know, I can only listen to so much music. So I'll go down some crazy, crazy rabbit holes, and I think it's very, very fun. I think it's very interesting, and I am open to all ideas, man.
What is this gravy thing you keep posting?
That is, well, that's
all
just
gravy,
for y'all.
baby.
That's the thing that's going on now, based off this guy Owen Benjamin, and that's just like a running gag that's been going on for the last couple, I don't know, probably like a month. That it's like mine gravy, like this is mine gravy,
What
and it's
is?
just fun to say.
I don't understand. Help me. What
Like
makes
mind
it-
gravy, like it turns your mind to gravy. You know what I mean? Like some of these concepts are just like so. We were talking about string theory before the show started. And I'm like, dude, I'm not on that level. You know,
Yeah.
It's like so that would be mind gravy for me. Like that turns me to mush.
I remember I was a kid and I'd have trouble going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do is I would exhaust myself for trying to think of a concept like space never ends and try to picture the farthest
right.
point of space and then try to go past it mentally to see what's out there. And you can't do it, and it would exhaust me and I'd fall right to sleep. So to me, that's kind of, is that mind gravy? Like you
I
just,
guess that would be mind gravy. Yeah, anything like that would be. Dude, I remember watching Interstellar, and like by the end of that, when they're all floating around and he's talking to her from behind the bookshelf, like that's you know, that's a little bit of gravy.
Yeah,
a little,
yeah.
a little bit of mind
Space
gravy.
Odyssey at the end.
Yeah, I'm a big Kubrick fan, and when you start digging more into his stuff and some of the theories behind what he may have been trying to say, that is definitely that'll be a bit of gravy.
That
Yeah.
make your mind gravy.
I think Eyes Wide Shut is unbelievable. I think
It's all gravy, baby.
Gay Baby.
Oh, my brother said that.
That's still my
Yeah,
all-time
gay
favorite
baby.
thing from Allie.
That wasn't me. That's my brother.
What was the other one? A Shining.
Shining's
Shining's
great,
another
too.
great one. Yeah, he was clearly up to something. There was something he was
You know.
supposedly Clockwork Orange, all about MK Ultra, right?
What?
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Kubrick was a master when the theory that the moon
Mm.
landing is fake, that they give him the credit for doing
Correct.
it. Like that's when you have made it as a director, when they want to make a believable
Or did they make the
conspiracy.
director? You know.
The what?
Well, the theory is that him and Arthur C. Clarke were tapped. So if you're gonna do this, you're either gonna have some schmub do it over from NASA, you know, some guy that doesn't know what he's doing, or you go get like the best dude out there.
Hollywood.
And you go get the guy from Hollywood. And
When you're gonna
and
make propaganda,
the
you
theory
get the best.
is that he made some sort of deal to, I'll do this for you, I'll keep my mouth shut, and then you let me do whatever kind of movie I want to do. And then there's so much time in between his movies, and they were so meticulous, everything that's in there. We're starting to figure it out now, right? You know,
Yeah.
like people
and
are
the
going
one
back
thing
and
that they
studying
won't
it.
give you is that much time, because that means that's that much money.
And
You know what I'm
again,
saying?
so just like I was talking about with Time Kids, Night Stars, or whatever, you have to produce something in that time period. It's still, this is your job. So how many can you just like not go to work?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like none of us can do that. So that's another thing. Like he's got this long gap in between films. I mean, he only did what?
Because he had
7 or 8?
moon,
And
because
they're,
he
I
had
mean,
moon
they're all,
money.
huh?
Because he had moon money.
Probably.
That
50, hey,
shit-
58 million a day. I mean, yeah, you know.
There's
Why are we
different
not there?
levels. We're starting off mild.
Yeah, let's get now.
The
Let's
fake-
warm up.
The
Can we-
fake moon landing, right?
Yeah, so-
that
so-
shit's obviously fake.
I personally, I don't even think it's much of a debate. I think it's silly, and I understand why people hold to it and cling to it, especially Americans. But come on, man.
So you
know what I
saying-
mean, dude? It's been 50 years, literally 50 years, and we have not. Like we're still talking about like probably 2024 or 2028.
Thanks to the information age, right?
Yeah, I
we
don't-
grow up with way more information, and I'm gonna say information, whether it's true or not. We grew up and are growing up still in an age of way more information
The
than our parents
information
had,
superhighway.
and that would make. And intelligence levels a direct reflection of what you have access to. So our parents are a little bit slow. I can understand how they they
Well, how
fooled
much of that
him.
is by design as well, too? Like, you go to school and then you're not. I remember not being. I was a poor student. I would draw all the time, And now I'm actually happy about it because I feel like they were just feeding you nonsense anyway. That most of this stuff I never used in life to begin with. And now I'm just like I'm like Johnny Five, like I'm just soaking in YouTube, going crazy with all this stuff. So yeah, I think I wonder, man. I wonder if we are intentionally dumbed down. Who knows?
Oh
Yeah, no.
God, come on. Of course.
I know the answer.
We absolutely are.
I'm being
Wait,
political with it. But
Wait,
yeah.
why you say that?
What?
I don't think we intentionally dumbed down. No.
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 Oh, I just made that up. I don't know.
You really think it's purpose? I think it's all about money. And if people
Okay.
eat something that costs them way less and they can charge you way more and you like it and you're okay with that, they're happy. They'll sell you whatever you want. If there was all of a sudden a giant movement for people who want information, then they'd start selling it to you. Like,
Okay, but
they
I mean,
don't
there's a
care.
giant movement right now that people want information and it's not very forthcoming. They're not giving it to you.
Who?
There's all these people that we're kind of talking about now, like on YouTube and all these kind of things. Like there's people and they're like, they want to know answers to a bunch of these questions and we're not getting
right.
those. But we'll get like garbage.
But they can't. I guess because they can.
Okay,
It would
why?
destroy them. It would destroy them.
What are we talking about now?
Like, say the government, right? Mm-hmm. The government came out and explained to us, hey, we faked that shit because it was really a propaganda war. We won the propaganda war
Okay.
and the missile technology war.
Okay.
I think all that moon landing shit, the only reason why we did that was to show them we can make a more powerful rocket than they can.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was about, we can shoot a missile and hit your country. Like, we just shot one and hit the moon. Like, we can hit your country. I think that was that whole thing. It didn't matter about some scientific achievement of landing man on the moon. It was a scientific achievement to have a big enough rocket and to hit you and do damage to a country that before you would have had to send troops. And does that make sense?
Yes.
There's a dick waving contest, but I
Hey,
don't
hey,
think we
hey,
really
hey.
put people on the
And
moon.
that all has to go with like all paperclip and all that stuff after World War II, with like grabbing all the scientists and Nazi scientists and stuff. Maybe that's what it was. It's kind of like, it kind of goes into the 9/11 thing as well. My buddy taught me this, and it's a really brilliant point. Like with 9/11, don't go like, hey, I know who did it. I know who's behind it. Just go Building 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
just
yeah.
bring up a good point that's hard to debunk, just walk
know.
away there. So with the moon
I got in
landing and all
trouble
that,
9/11 this year.
I have no clue. I don't know.
The 9/11 and the moon landing are the same when it comes to people and why they get so upset about it. They don't want to think they've been lied to. Like,
I think that's part of it too, but then it becomes freeing. Then it becomes very freeing, I think. Because now you look at everything with new eyes. You do have to go through a certain level of a journey. But yeah, I think it's neat. I think it's cool. And you're a little more discerning about information now, which is probably a good thing. Probably
Yes.
a really good thing.
Huge thing, especially in the social media time. Now something comes
Right.
up, it moves around, it becomes truth, and then it may never change in
Yeah,
some
yeah.
people's mind.
I remember some dude died, and I was just like, man, you heard about this guy? Like, he passed away, and he was like, that was 2 years ago, but you don't know what's going on. Yeah, and everybody's getting their news off of memes, or just the headline of an article, and then you
You
don't.
don't even click on that
Yeah,
shit.
nobody does. None of us do. You're lying if you say you do.
I do actually.
All right, well, maybe
I don't
you do,
read
I
all
don't.
of it. One thing I'll tell you I won't do is ever share something without reading it. That blows my fucking mind.
Yeah.
This is the weird thing to me, right? They take it as an insult to their country. But what they don't realize is when they get so pissed off and try to shut down people with opposing views, they're going in direct opposite from what their country stands for. It's sad that some people will
right.
fucking crucify. If you say one thing, then you go against the church and the right wing, and they try to shut you down. You say something else, and it's the opposite from the left wing. And it's like, man, y'all people just pick a side fucking people. It's sad. Like, it's like, man, we condemn each other. Like, God forbid you say something a negative about science, and the science Nazis come out to yell at you and criticize you.
But then there's good. I'm not, like, I don't want to be on a side. That's another thing that's been going on, especially with comics and everything like that. I don't want to, dude, I'm just me. You know what I mean? I might have a different opinion on all kinds of different topics that don't align with, left or right, whatever. And this is one of those things. Like I said earlier, dude, I think it's very interesting. Let's talk. Why can we not talk about this? Like, why is that
confusing.
wrong?
We know Harry.
Yeah.
Harry,
Wow, man, Harry.
Harry.
I haven't seen him forever. Yeah.
The flat earth thing.
Okay.
Let's go there.
Okay, let's do it.
That's a little less believable than a fake moon landing for me.
It is. But so moon landing has to come first. There's almost like an order to these things. So you can't go flat Earth, or I don't even want to say that, like globe denial, if you haven't gone moon.
Right,
And
I
it's
agree.
really it's a crazy concept, and everybody bashes it. Again, I'm just presenting concepts because I don't know. I've never been to space. There's no way for me to
Really?
know. But I'm kind of like, it's weird. You know what I mean? Like
It is hard to believe.
It's okay. Here's something even better. Debunk it. That's when it really gets you, man. Go debunk it.
They
and-
start pulling up weird shit with
Okay,
numbers.
well, give me an example.
It starts getting way too complicated.
Okay.
Like, for one, the first thing I started doing, somebody said, well, we've seen pictures of this. And I'm like, all right, let me go look at these pictures.
What pictures?
What are we
Pictures
talking about? Which
from, like,
questions?
space station
Okay,
or,
right. Right.
of the Earth. I went and looked it up. Dude, NASA is full of shit.
Yeah.
But
they're
you thought
openly full of
Playboy
shit. Like,
had
it's
good
Photoshop.
Back in the day, you thought
Because it
Bad
has to be.
CGI,
Because it
man.
has
back
to
in the
be.
day, you thought Playboy had good airbrushes and Photoshop people.
Right.
They all went and worked for NASA. Like, because NASA's
Man,
got
hey,
the biggest
hey.
bullshit pictures you ever seen in your fucking life.
Bruh.
If you go and look for, like, raw images of these things,
Rah.
nah, man.
Rah, nah.
I know.
It's
The
a black-
Metairie in me came out. The
No.
Louisiana
What?
came out.
It's a black and
So
white,
check this out.
grainy-ass picture of a faded light, and then they just make it whatever they want. And the Earth is no different. You're like, this
Absolutely.
image has been
Absolutely.
altered.
They have sex written in the clouds. We only have like 2
No,
images of
dude,
Earth.
that's Lion
We only
King,
have 2.
man.
No, NASA came out with a photo of Earth as well, and it has sex written in the clouds. The other one has Photoshop stamped clouds. So there's
Maybe
the same
Disney
cloud
did it.
patterns are
I've
reused
seen
over and
that.
over.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
crazy, man. That's
and when I was
lazy.
at SCAD, so this is another like synchronicity, like fun weird
What's
part.
SCAD?
Allie,
I want
fuck.
to know what SCAD is.
Well, if you
Savannah-
shut the fuck up, maybe he could tell
Shut
you.
the fuck up.
Savannah College of Art and Design is where I
Thank
went
you.
to school.
Thank you.
And one of my teachers in my comic book class was a NASA artist. And I remember him coming into class one day. This is 2003, 2004. Coming into class and showing us images he did of Mars. He painted Mars for NASA as like a projection of what Mars would look like. And it stuck in my head, dude. There's a true story. And it was beautiful. It looked real.
Looked like
and
Arizona.
then he goes, and he had a lot of pride about him. And he was like, and you know what? When we did get images of Mars, it looked just like this painting. It looked just like the painting I did. So now in the last year or so, I keep thinking back on that moment, and I'm like, this motherfucker he did the concept art for Mars. You know what I mean?
right,
He
right.
did the fucking concept art. And you can see, it's the same people, it's like when people do the rocket program, you know, people always, oh, my uncle worked on it. We have people, NASA is not that far away from us here in Louisiana, in New Orleans. And you have people, I know people today that work on rockets and work for NASA that are from down here. And they have a lot of pride in that, man. And they should. They're probably great at what they do. I just don't think they're going anywhere, you know? Like, they're probably going in the Bermuda Triangle or something.
Dude, and then I go as far as the dinosaurs. I
this is
understand
fun,
now.
too. I like the
as
dinosaur thing.
I understand now as an adult how things work in the real world,
Yeah.
where there's finances involved, right?
Yeah.
What happens is, let's go back to I'll skip America for right now. I'll go to other countries. They lie, and they keep shit secret. Like Egypt, when you really get past the little documentary on PBS about the pyramids, when you really start digging down, there's so much shit that the Egyptian government will not let people go in and find, like excavate. And there's a lot of things that people have found that they will not release. The Egyptian government controls the history of Egypt.
I think we control all history at this point.
Right, it's
Right,
fake.
right.
But in America, there is a little sense of trying to break new ground and do things.
Is it though?
And
you know what I
build your-
mean? Like, are we any different than like a North Korea with like the news and the propaganda?
Yeah, I
that
think
we're
it's
getting
build
fed?
your own
Okay,
bullshit.
I
But
kind
so
of
many-
wonder that,
no
and I
one-
think that's what happened with YouTube and all these like alternative media sources. Is that people are coming out? You're getting citizen journalists. You're getting citizen scientists, like people that are just going out there and doing their own science now.
Right, but
and
it
they're
takes-
coming back with some interesting results. I just think it's.
But say
I
they
just think
find
it's cool. Like,
they
let's-
find these
let's see where it
dinosaurs, right?
goes.
They find these dinosaurs.
Uh-huh.
So then they tell the people, like, they go, we want funding.
Yeah.
Wait till the big one passes.
Jesus.
We want funding to be able to dig these bones out, do
Dig
research.
these nuts out, bitch.
That takes a lot of time, right? We're talking about products and money return.
Sure, man.
So they need a lot of time for that. Well, dude, this is a very complex situation. Granted, they're very smart people, but the amount of research that needs to be done to figure out how these animals were constructed is not financially viable. So I think they just start sticking the pieces together. Like, I think it's bullshit. They were probably wrong. When we grew up, everything was lizards and scaly. Now you watch things about dinosaurs and we're like, no, they were more bird-like and they were covered in feathers.
Let's get weird
Like,
with this one again.
they
So
just
what are
making
the
shit up.
legends of like dragons and stuff like that? What was out in Loch Ness? Was that like a plesiosaur? We don't. I'm saying that I think that is inaccurate as well. There's a whole nother theory that dinosaurs didn't exist, or if they did, they existed with us, with humans, and that would back up like the. I remember there was an old Spawn comic where they had that, where the dinosaur ended up being the Violator or something. So where did dragons come from? Is that what they were talking about? Sea monsters, things like that.
Leprechauns.
I don't know. I just think I don't know, man. Eventually you get to a point where you're discerning and you're kind of like, do any of these people know what they're talking about?
But that's
you know?
where I think people don't evolve and grow up. Like, you should be able to become a grown adult and go, holy shit, they're fucking with me. Like, when you're a kid, don't go in the room, the boogeyman will get you. Well, you get to a certain age and you're like, I've been up in this bitch, ain't no fucking boogeyman, moving on. But then you grow up and you're like, oh, I can't do that because God's going to be mad at me. It's like, wait, time out, the boogeyman's not real. You figured this out when you were younger, move on. Like, and they don't. That's just like, to me, with dinosaurs, it's a fun story to grow up as a kid. The Earth's round, or we know all this shit about space, supposedly. Give
How
you
much of
something
it is
to
hubris, too?
They give you
right?
something to memorize and construct our realities. But when you grow up, you have to be an adult and realize that you don't know a lot of this shit. And that's just something some other asshole adult told you. You know, when you grow up and you look up to your teachers and police officers,
Yes.
and then when you get older, you know the teachers and police officers, and you were like, hold up, you just like me.
That's a mind gravy moment. Yeah, that's a clicker. For sure.
That's why I'm like, it's so much bullshit. But people, and it's okay to me to have it, but the people who get mad at that they ridicule flat earthers. I wouldn't
Yeah, man,
necessarily
that's
consider
a weird
myself
one,
one,
dude.
but I'm like protective of them.
What is anybody doing that's wrong? That's my whole thing. Like, again, I think it's really cool. I could watch this stuff all day. Why did nobody care when I was watching stuff on Ghost I'd watch Ghost Adventures for 4 hours in a day or something like that, All last week I was watching stuff on Celtic history in Ireland for hours, like, that's cool, but flat earth is, no, can't go there, man. Like, we can't talk about this one. It's cool, dude.
Does
and
it
again,
kind of-
debunk it. Like,
Does it kind of weird you
verifiably
out, though,
debunk it.
that one of the theories that it could be with the firmament and everything
I
kind
like
of
the
goes back
firmament
to the
stuff,
Bible?
and I think that Werner von Braun on his tombstone, he literally has one Bible quote, and it has to do with the firmament. So the guy that was behind the Nazi scientist that we came over with Project Paperclip in World War II, after World War II, develops the Saturn V, again, Saturn, that's another good one, Saturn V rocket program, the V, and he ends up,
Pussy.
that's the one thing
Not
he has
that
on his
one.
tombstone, you know what I mean, is
Right.
a comment about the firmament. That just seems odd, like that's a weird one.
And it kind of creepy, though, that the Bible may be right.
I don't
certain
think it's that
aspects?
creepy at all.
Really?
No,
Why?
Yeah. Again, I have to go to work tomorrow. I have to go to work tonight when I leave here. Like, it doesn't change. I think it makes it cooler, dude, if that's the case.
Yeah,
you
me
know?
too.
It's
I
What
think
if
the
the
Bible.
Bible's
I look
true?
at this. So this afternoon, I went and took a walk on the levee before I came here, and I was just watching the sun pattern. I was watching like how it goes off, and it's just kind of cool to kind of like rediscover the world if that's the case. I don't look, dude. If it's a globe, I also don't care. Like, dude, if somebody comes out and it's like, here it is, here's the proof, it's over. I'm not gonna feel bad about
What
it.
would
I
the
don't
proof
care.
be, though? They
It's
can't prove it
cool.
to you.
No, I know they can't, but I've been going
That's
to the
what's
bar.
fun about
I
it.
go to the bar and I challenge people. I'm like, dude, $1,000 if you can prove it wrong. And I start triggering everybody. It's fun. It's a fun bar game.
The interesting thing to me is when they take a high-powered telescope
Yeah.
and look straight across the horizon, that they can see as far as the telescope is capable of
So,
seeing. So they're
right.
seeing farther than the curvature of the Earth.
So what's happening is technology is supposedly catching. Now, I've never done these experiments myself, so I don't know. But what they're saying is that technology is catching up with the lie. And if you take like a P900 or P1000, that's the camera that everybody's using, you can see way further than you should technically be able to see by zooming in. So our eyes can only see so far, right? I can only see so far before it just gets hazy and it's not visible. But with these cameras and the technology, like you can see a ship off in the distance where you couldn't with your own eyes. And it's kind of like, wait, hold up. Like that's not correct with the math that we should be following here. How do you debunk that? What does that mean? Like, I don't know. And if you can, great. I think that's awesome. I will also accept that.
But it usually
I will
always
accept
starts to get to some mathematical equation that my brain can't handle. So then you lose
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, maybe this person's just really good at math. Because things do have to go down to math. Math is the only thing we learn in school that is real.
I don't want to get it wrong, but what is it? It's 1/8 squared. You should see curve every mile or something like that.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means either, dude. So again,
But
we're
you
into
just
math.
memorized
But it's again, it's fun. It's awesome. I don't know. I'm more into this than I ever was in fucking science
Oh,
class.
this
Like,
is
I'm
wonderful. Oh, you lit up.
so into this stuff, man. It's so fun.
So as an artist, they always teach you draw what you see, not what you think or know is there. Well, how many people get this constructive reality and they're seeing things that aren't really there? They see up to a certain point and then they just imagine the rest.
Or how many people don't even look? You just see. I
Right.
think that's the bigger thing
That's the
here.
bigger
that's
thing.
the bigger thing here is that. So me and my good buddy of mine, and we have had some drag out convos with this. Like we fought the other day. Like, fuck you.
Oh,
And I had to
really?
like apologize. I'm like, brother,
Oh,
I love
you had
you.
to
Yeah,
apologize?
it was me.
Oh,
it
you
was
tried
me.
to save
Because
him.
I'm competitive and I took it as a challenge to prove him wrong. And I'm just like, we've been doing this for 6 months, and you can't prove it's a fucking globe, you know?
Oh,
Like
really?
we're dragging it out, and I'm like, just accept it. But yeah, I told him I love them, and now we've been cool the last few days.
No war inside the firmament.
Yeah, no, right.
What a great word. It's beautiful.
Firmament's a beautiful word,
It is
man.
a nice word. That
so
can be the name of the new comic book.
we'll see. I have plans for
The firmament
Time
kids.
kids.
Do drugs and have sex
Firma kid.
and get away with it.
but yeah, more
The
so than
last
anything,
paper
he would
is a rolling paper, and the next one's one of them edible papers.
he would come up with stuff, and he's just like, well, they say this and they say that, and I'm like, you're just accepting information that somebody told you. You know what I mean? Like now people are kind of questioning and going out and finding out for themselves, and you're just coming up with different results. People are shooting 50 caliber bullets in the air, and that was so fast. And
He's always got a
I
trigger.
know, I'm always amazed by it.
Boy's got an itchy
and they
finger.
stay up there for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then when they're coming down, they're ending up in the same area. And again, to the math that NASA is giving us, that shouldn't even be possible. The Earth should have moved in that time period. Same with the guy that did the Red Bull jump, same with hot air balloons, like all this kind of stuff that we should be moving at the same time. And
Tyler,
look,
what you mean?
I just went to San Diego a few months ago. It was three and a half hours to get there, and it was 3.5 hours to get back from east to west. Like, should that be happening on the globe model?
What? Why not?
Gravy.
No, I'm being serious. Or I lost you?
not?
No.
So you
Yeah,
flew
so-
somewhere, and then
we're
where you
spinning.
came from got far?
this is the argument. We're spinning right now.
Oh, so you
So
go.
wouldn't
so
one
you're
way
going
be
against
faster
the
than the
current.
other?
You'd be going
What's
against
happening?
the current when
You
you,
would- you
come
would be
back.
going
The
Right.
airplane. The
Why
mon-
is there a monkey in here with us?
That's the captain.
That's the
He was-
captain.
He was explaining how he got there in 3.5 hours.
There's a monkey flying.
Yeah.
This is dangerous. That's good, man.
So these are the debates.
That's all I got is a monkey on an airplane.
Oh, so you say
The bullet was good. The bullet
when you
was good.
fly, it's kind of like riding your bike on a levee. You go one way with the wind. You
Very
you
great
get there,
analogy,
and then you
yeah.
gotta come home, and you're like, "Fuck, this was easy getting here. This is a bitch getting home
Great
because
analogy.
you're going
Right.
against
Yeah.
the spin."
Right. What the
So
fuck?
shouldn't the time?
I never thought of that.
Shouldn't the time be a little different on this? Right.
Does the plane go faster in order to make the same time?
Why would it go faster then? Why would it even worry about doing the same time? And again, when you're let's change it a little bit. When you're on that levee and you're riding and the wind's behind you, you're friggin' flying, dude. So
Yeah.
you would it should be a quicker trip.
Shouldn't
going
people that
there,
fly
I believe.
airplanes know this? Because think about it. You get in an airplane, if it's flat, you go up to a certain altitude,
Mm-hmm.
then you just go straight. Well, if it's round, you would constantly have to be adjusting down, adjusting
Again, there's a
down.
math that goes to this, right?
Yeah,
But
math.
they're not adjusting to that. They're just adjusting to altitude. So once they hit 50,000 feet, they're just staying at that altitude. So they're not
40,000.
adjusting for curvature. They're just staying.
I guess. I don't know.
No, because
That's
again,
what I'm saying. This always gets
me and
smarter
Magneto
than-
have been going back and forth with this like a bunch of
Oh,
people.
really?
So we've
boy.
been having fun, man. It's a fun topic.
What's up, everybody?
What up,
Hey,
man?
dude, what do you think, man? You think the Earth's fucking flat?
Here we go again.
His parents paid a lot of money for his education. God damn it if they were lying to him.
So
People
Come on,
gotta-
give me another one. Let's keep
Oh,
going.
what else I got? I was trying to. One of the things I did find interesting that the Bible is kind of it says a lot of this. It's like going back to
Well, it's not
older.
just the Bible. It's all a lot of cultures apparently.
Like old texts.
yeah, old text, images.
You must love the Truman Show.
I've never seen it.
What?
I've never seen
on.
it, dude.
It
I'm so
is
bad
it.
with movies, and I don't watch any of this stuff.
Like,
That's why
like
everybody
the
gets
whole thing is
Oh,
about.
it's so funny.
is
Gets
in
to
a
the
dome.
firmament.
Do y'all ever feel like that sometimes, though? You know what I
What?
mean? Like it's your own. Everybody does. Like it's your own little movie. You know?
No.
I don't know. I get like that sometimes.
That's pretty cool. It's fun when it is. Maybe if I'm like high or something, I kind of feel like
I think the whole thing's fun. Yeah.
Mayday, do we have a call?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, you on the phone?
Yeah.
It's Mark.
Here we go.
I don't know. Why you got to put the light on now to talk to Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, you going all the way, huh?
Jesus.
I don't know where to go with this. You like the flat Earth theory?
Yes.
You do. I thought you'd be against it.
Yeah, buddy.
It goes all the way with the
That
light.
was great. All right, guys. Y'all have fun, man.
All right,
right,
dude.
talk to you later.
Thanks for calling, man.
And fun fact.
That's all I got, baby. I got
That
a
was
light.
awesome.
I got a fucking monkey on the airplane. Like, what else do you want from me?
I don't know.
No, he hates globe denial.
Does this make you uncomfortable?
Me? Oh no, not at all.
Where you
I
stand with the moon landing?
I believe we've been to space. I could
So
see.
what is space, though? What is space?
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
space?
like out of the atmosphere of the Earth? Like,
So
I
have
believe.
have we gone past the Van Allen belts? Like,
No, probably not that. Like, I believe
Okay.
that there is shit in the space. The
Right.
space.
Higher
wallet.
than, higher than we can see with
Higher
the
than we
naked
can
eye.
see, and I believe that they have constructed some type of space station or something in there. I don't think they've gone to the moon. If they have gone to the moon, they're doing something really bad or sneaky with it, like
That's
you know
why
what I
they
mean, like
don't-
military
that's
installations.
why they quit
or-
talking about
right,
going
some
there.
shit
Like,
like that.
they're going there. They're
Do I
not
believe
telling
the
us.
Earth is flat? No, I think it is curved.
How?
okay.
But I am open to hear. I like hearing the kind of battle behind it. You
Yeah,
know what I
like,
mean?
hey,
That's-
you would-
and I'm
why
not going
not?
to discredit it by any means. It's just like, well, prove me wrong. Because
Yes.
if I can get proven wrong or at least think about it, then I'm open and more open to it. You know?
Allie, what about you? Did we land on the moon?
I don't know if we landed on the moon, but I will tell you that I believe wholeheartedly that the moon landing video that was broadcast to the American public or whatever was fake as fuck. There's way too many flaws in that
There's
shit.
no stars.
Right, and the fucking how is the flag?
I mean, it's fucking.
I'm sorry.
There's no fucking wind on the moon.
No
and shit,
Tom
so it's
Cruise.
just- And they
No
also
Will
said
Smith.
when they were the way they were hopping, like you could see that they were trying to force themselves to look like there wasn't
when they
gravity.
speed
There
it
was
up.
all
they
kind
speed
of
it up.
stuff.
When
That's
they
not
speed
one
it up is
Earth's
great.
gravity.
The fucking
It's
machine. Somebody
ridiculous.
made a good point to like, look at that fucking thing they supposedly landed in. Do you really think that thing could fucking withstand?
Well, look,
They said that
it's
the,
the making it
LEMS
back
wall
that I
was
go
so thin.
bullshit.
What?
It's the making it back that I go bullshit. Like that's potential. They could have fucking hit the moon and like maybe crashed into it and killed some people. That's potential. But the fact that they flew up there, then get off, take pictures, stick a flag in it, take a couple more pictures, get a couple of rocks, fly back in a fucking ship that already done flew there, like
Another thing
disassembled.
is, it's dumb. It makes no sense, a lot of shit they did in the video, but also it's been awkward and uncomfortable. Anytime you look at the interviews with like Buzz Aldrin and all these people when they're talking about the moon and shit, it is awkward and you can tell that there's something wrong.
Y'all, the moon rocks that you're talking about, a lot of those moon rocks ended up being petrified wood. We gave a moon rock to Holland, and it was a piece of fucking petrified wood.
They wanted a refund.
Buzz Aldrin has been giving out pennies to people that he had on the moon. I mean, how much did he bring up there? He's just bringing rolls of
It's like
pennies
as
and
bad
stuff?
as the holy
Dude,
water from Medjugorje.
It's just silly, dude.
Dude,
and again, just
they
go
believe
back.
they went. I firmly believe they went.
Wait, who is they? Oh, well,
The astronauts.
okay. So let's
Well,
go
you
back
think
to
they
let's go back to
brainwashed and make them
Kubrick.
think that
Yes, MK Ultra. When
MK Ultra.
MK Ultra started, that's when things totally changed. Like they found how to go in and manipulate people's consciousness.
holy
And-
fuck, so you're saying they tricked them into
Oh,
thinking
they
went
went.
there.
They went.
But did they make that video knowing it was fake
They
though,
went,
too?
and they also implanted the knowledge that them saying they went held the weight of this country on it.
Oh, I know.
Like,
Oh, and you know what's another thing too? Tim will know what I'm talking about. The phone call. You can call.
It's impossible. Yeah.
Like the technology didn't
What's up,
exist. It still
everybody?
doesn't exist, as far as I can.
I lose Spotify and when I'm driving down the street.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they're gonna do in real time. They make a phone call to the White House on a rotary phone. Nixon
Yeah,
picks
right.
it up and
Like,
calls
it's
to
just
him.
completely fucking ridiculous. The fact that anybody believed that
but
is
yet
just
CNN
insulting.
can't do a
Allie.
satellite call to like a country away,
Right.
like Canada.
What achievement in human history has never was accomplished and then never replicated for 50 years?
Oh yeah, and also they said that
Nothing.
they somehow erased some real
So-
footage
so
and stuff.
1
Original
ton.
footage got
It's-
deleted and shit. What?
It's 1 ton of telemetry data was deleted because they needed to use the tapes. The greatest achievement in
Yeah,
human history
yeah,
and
just taped
mankind.
over it.
They had to tape over
Oh, yeah,
the
it's
fucking
absurd.
tapes.
It's absurd.
And then now they're saying that the tapes are back.
Yes, a
and
guy
some guy
bought 'em
bought
at
them
an
at a
auction.
fucking at a yard sale.
Bullshit.
They're like, oh, look,
Fucking
we
way,
got them back
man.
again.
Give me a fucking
And these
break.
are NASA people will admit this. They will. Bob Pettit will admit this. Quote: I would love to go. I would go back to the moon in a nanosecond, but we lost the technology, and it's just too difficult a process to bring it
Right,
back.
that
That's
makes
like
so
me saying.
fucking much
That's like me
sense.
saying I found the Game Boy version of Tetris, but I can't play it anymore because the technology is too complicated. We just can't make Game Boys anymore. You know, like
yeah.
fuck
Yeah,
it, dude.
there's
We just lost it.
So
to
they're
time.
gonna take those old tapes and they're gonna convert them.
They already
slightly.
did. They updated the tapes. They
With the
special
new-
editioned them and they added stars.
Oh
and
really?
stuff that we
So
missed.
okay,
No
but
bullshit.
so
Not even
so
making
so they
this up.
weren't lying when they said they taped over them. Like what is that then?
That's what we were saying. They
But
weren't
it's
lying.
just,
Alan.
it's
No,
just
I
lies
know.
on
That's
top
what
of
I'm trying to
lies.
say.
Why are
Right.
you yelling at us?
Because I'm mad at them. Like it's
Well, go
fucking
yell at them. Write a
ridiculous.
letter.
Like it's so insulting. Like
And Allie, $58 million a day of taxpayer money goes to NASA.
abso-fucking-lutely.
$58 million.
To
all
launch
NASA is
day.
fucking
To
weapons
launch,
technology.
yes,
Well,
satellites.
it's just a hustle, and we got people making rockets that don't go anywhere, and we're just
Right.
blowing money on
Yeah,
nonsense.
dude.
All of a sudden, we woke up one day and they went, "Hey, guess what? We can track everything you do and check out these new smartphones that do this, know your location. They do all." They didn't like announce they were doing that. They were like, "We're going to put some more Gatorade and Tang on the space station," and then really they shooting these satellites up with your money that now
Yeah,
track you.
The whole
But-
thing's fucking fake. It's a sham.
yeah, it's
And,
like,
and I don't think that doesn't mean that the people that are in, again, the guys that we know out here that go work at NASA every day and stuff like that, they're just going to work. Those
and
are
everybody's
good
job's
people.
bullshit.
Right.
You
for
got
the
a
most
whole
part.
Yeah,
medical.
I mean,
you got a
yeah.
whole medical industry based on fake flu shots, and boy, all them
it's
people are
horrible.
buying right into
I
it.
really appreciate this. I'm glad you said that.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
yeah. Mark doesn't, but yeah.
Oh shit.
and again,
Dude, you
Right
walk
there.
in, you sneeze in there, motherfucker want to shove a needle in you.
it's so
Damn.
weird. It's so weird. And we don't know what's in these. I don't know
I
enough
don't
about
trust.
this one.
I don't take anything.
I don't take it either. But I don't know enough. I can't speak on that. I don't deep dive.
Have you got
the
into
flu
any of
shots.
the ancient civilizations? Like that humanity and civilization's been around for way longer than they try to make us believe.
Yes, and I'm digging into that now, and the concept is called Tartaria. That there was this grand civilization that existed long before we did, and that something happened, some kind of global reset happened, and then we were like, dude, it's amazing. We forget things very, very fast, you know. So imagine over
Because
hundreds.
we're erasing everything.
Well, I mean, excellent, but yeah. So that's another just fun one. I just think that's really interesting.
I'm
That
gonna give you this.
that things lasted long. That we've been around. Much more intelligent people were around much longer, and we just kind of lost it throughout time.
No, I think what happened is just like it happens now. Stupid people fucking breed. Stupid people.
Right, it's
and,
idiocracy.
And they keep
Yes.
them breeding. That's what the whole thing
And
in the
then
Bible
a-
was about.
then a
Multiply, be
catastrophe
fruitful, so people
happens,
think
and
that's-
it's
But
harder
I
to.
think that's a good thing. I think that's what we should be doing. You
So
know what I
let-
mean? Smart people should do that then.
Smart
Sea
people should,
turtles.
but they don't want to because they see what the world is like and don't want to fucking bring anybody into
No,
it.
it's
But then
'cause
how would you
look.
change that? You know what I mean? Like by letting.
Let me do some math
I don't
for you.
know. I'm not
You got
doing it.
100% of the population.
I'm pro a baby alley.
100% of the
no.
population. 5% are intelligent. You have a major catastrophe that kills half the population.
Mm-hmm.
Half of 5% is a lot less.
And
where
we're also
half
talking
of
about a time with no
half of
technology.
90
A lot less.
There's no YouTube back
half
then.
of
There's no internet.
95% is way more. So after a catastrophe and you lose that much of a population, the intelligence level and the amount of intelligence people shrink so greatly that you lose it. Like, dude, you realize when America was first formulated, the average person couldn't read? It wasn't until after like World War II that they
Right.
started going, we got to teach these people how to fucking read. So the Bible existed as long as it did, and the average American couldn't even read.
Couldn't read it.
But yet somebody was intelligent enough to write the Bible and Greek mythology and Buddhism and Hinduism. There were people that intelligent to
And
be able to write these
stuff that's
concepts.
still relevant
but
today.
the
This was
average-
thousands of years ago.
But the average
thousands of-
American couldn't read.
Right.
So it's like, that's how you lose
so you're
history.
saying that newer humans, we're still in a low evolutionary period, and we're finally like growing out of it. But at that time, we were like a new generation of humans. Not the
Kinda, yeah.
same as
If you
the
buy
ones
into
who
the
wrote-
global reset thing, that's a little bit what they're saying. That there was some catastrophe. Some people think, and I love that. This is one of my favorite phrases: a mud flood or something. I
We've been
love
seeing
it, dude.
shit
It's
about
so
that.
fun.
We've
It's
been
so
seeing
fun.
shit about that.
Oh,
That is
that's
pretty good.
something.
But
something
lad, you see
happened.
all that shit that was buried though? Like there was a lot of shit that went far down.
Another weird one is the Chicago World's Fair.
What?
They had these in the Chicago World's Fair. They have, dude. It looks like the most amazing place on earth. It looks I don't know. I've sent you this stuff.
I
don't know
enjoyed
how
that
much
shit.
you looked
That
into
was
it.
great.
Show me, fucker.
It's unreal. Like just the level of artistry in these buildings and this area that they built, and then they just tear it down. It was just for like it was like for a year or whatever.
Looks so cool and high tech, and you're like, check this out. This is the World's Fair from that many years ago, and then you're sitting watching it on your phone while you're waiting for a train to pass. A fucking
Right,
train.
some disgusting,
Yeah.
right, and some building we threw up a Walgreens we
Blocking
put up in
a very
2 seconds.
busy
Yeah, it's a
street.
bunch of cinder blocks, and so that's the other thing too. Like
That's crazy, huh?
So I've been getting into more
Wow.
like architecture and stuff, and I'm just
Dude,
like, man, we lost something. We definitely lost something. I think. Me and my buddy have a theory that it might have to do with after World War II. So all these guys, all the boomers and everybody, they go over during World War II, and everything's about doing efficient. You know what I mean? You're out there, you're in the muck, you got to put up a tent, you got to put up a field, a medical base or something like that. And when they came back, they kind of brought that same attitude to the country. And you can see it driving down like Veterans or different places around. Like everything's the same, everything's uniform. There's no artistry in the architecture. There's no artistry in the buildings. But if you look at older stuff, you can see it in there, and we definitely lost something. I hope we're coming back to it where people have pride and want to build things that last more than 30 years or something.
The architecture too, like just a normal place. I say a normal place. Your average local bank, like in a city, had carvings and
It was
sculptures.
unbelievable.
dude.
This
I
person
know.
was working out in the element, doing some hard ass shit, but they were that talented, like that they could develop that.
Well, the
craft.
thing is that companies are making places now, like big companies are making the cheapest they can make, and that's why things look the way they look.
Yes.
They don't want to pay somebody to have that level of fucking artistry.
No, they don't care. Yeah,
It sucks because I love seeing beautiful buildings and architecture.
And it inspires you. It inspires
Yes.
you to do your own beautiful thing. So that's another concept and theory that's out there is that that's all. I don't know if it's by design or not, but it does when you just see some like in Judge Dredd, like some mega block, just this square, and it's just misery, this gray brick building or something. But these beautiful
think,
cathedrals and chapels and stuff that are just
Unfortunately, I don't think it's a
mind-blowing.
conspiracy. I think it's about money. That all the
no doubt.
movies we given about the future, the majority of them, vast majority, are post-apocalyptic. They do post-apocalyptic movies because they're way cheaper than futuristic movies where
Oh, wow.
everything's
What a great thought.
amazing and fucking high tech. That's very expensive to pull off. Where post-apocalyptic, that's low budget. You damn near do a post-apocalyptic movie like a horror movie. The whole Zombieland 2 premise to me is that fact that here, watch, we're gonna make a big budget movie, but as cheap as you possibly can. Like they're taking that trope of a cheap movie. But unfortunately, I believe you build through entertainment and fiction, you build the future. Well, unfortunately, we've been sold the future where everything's fucking post-apocalyptic because it was cheap, and that's what we're actually gonna get.
So, as somebody that does art, that's just something I think about now. I'm very conscious of it. Like, I want to do something I want to put the most effort I can into something now, And anybody, if you play music or something, you should be trying to do that kind of stuff. So, that would inspire you, I would hope.
So I guess it's called Night Star still.
agree.
Right,
Good
right.
job.
What's time,
We
kids?
won.
I mean, the name doesn't matter, but yeah.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. All right, before we finish, man, We got WildKat Wrestling coming up.
Okay,
I know
yeah.
you're a
Yeah.
fan. You're a fan of WildKat.
Yeah, I love WildKat,
Are
actually.
you going Sunday?
It's this Sunday?
This one
Yes.
coming up.
Revolution Rumble.
Yeah,
November
yeah,
3rd.
Revolution Rumble at the Poncha
Yeah.
Train Center? Yeah,
Yeah.
I will be there. I have
Nice.
a ticket.
Dude, I wanna ask you your favorite WildKat wrestler. Do you have one?
Oh, man, dude.
Oh, give me your top 2.
Luke Hawks is my boy.
Yeah.
And he's brilliant, and you got to
That's
give
hard.
unbelievable credit to him for what he's done
Oh,
with
yeah.
that. Yeah, he inspires me. Like what Luke Hawks is
Absolutely.
doing with wrestling, I'm just like, okay, I can do that with comics. I can do something like somebody else from down here did it. I like Hardbody Harper. I like his character. I think he's really funny.
Don't bring that up.
He's got a limited lifespan.
He's great. I love Pump Patrol. I love Jay Spade, and I like Jay Spade like going at Luke
Saeed.
Hawks' son and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, Saeed. No, it's been Saeed, right. No, it's, so who are my 2 favorites? I like the bad guys. Who's the other guy that comes with the tattoo? He's got like Audrey Hepburn on his shoulder.
Diamond Dallas Page's kid?
Is that
With
no
the rat
way.
tail?
Yeah, rat tail.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love him, dude. He's awesome.
I keep forgetting his name, man.
So we're sitting in there, and
Jace
it'll be me,
Valent?
Pickle,
No.
Bull, Craig, and I'm just rooting against the guys that they like. That's what I've been doing lately. So I'm just
Yeah.
rooting for the bad guys every time.
Yeah, I got you. They flip on me. Dude, Jay Spade right now is my favorite.
Jay Spade came around on me. I wasn't as big a fan at first, and now when he's kind of like a little more of a heel and a little more, I don't know, whatever. Jay Spade got way
When
cooler.
I seen him angry, I was like, damn, he's fucking
Yeah, Jay Spade's
pissed.
awesome.
Like him last
And he's
show at the
shredded
gym.
too, dude.
Yeah, he does. That
Yeah.
motherfucker's
Yeah, dude
built.
looks awesome.
He was
Jay
pretty
Spade's
fun.
awesome.
Last week on the show, he told us first I had to look. You know, I had to look already, but I was like, man, I just got to learn how to wrestle. Like, that's how he got into wrestling.
Really?
Is he
Yeah,
already
'cause he
worked
was a
out and
working
had
out
to look?
guy and already was
Like, it's
swole
kind
and
of
shit,
funny.
yeah.
Getting
Luke
back on the
Hawks had
subject
one
of
a
Jay
few weeks
Spade,
ago. It was the
he's just
first.
like all the rest.
It was the first match in Kenner at Butch Dewey, and Stevie Richards was just beating the hell out of
Yes,
his kid
I
in the
was
ring.
there.
He was beating the
I
hell
was
out of him. And
there.
then Luke Hawks is in the background like
Crying.
crying.
We have
Oh,
pictures
yeah.
of that
So
actually on
awesome,
Not Radio.
man.
We have pictures of it.
Yeah,
And
that
you
was
know what's
very
going on,
emotional.
but I'm like looking at Mole Craig and I'm like, dude, this is fucking, he is killing it. You
that
know, it's
night
just
was
great.
incredible. I'm so happy for them too, and us.
How
like,
can you not
fuck it, I'm being
appreciate that?
selfish.
Yeah.
I'm happy that we get to go to the Poncha Train Center to watch this. Like, I'm
see
happy
them.
for
Dude,
them,
Booker
but I'm
T's
like,
gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know,
Rob Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam, yeah. It's those Triple X shows are some of my favorites, but for the price, for the money, how can you even? I get nothing from this. It is killer, dude. Like, why would you not go to these shows?
Dude, Tag Team Championship. We've been watching these guys over the last couple events be eliminated one by one, different tag teams. Finally, it comes down to Pump Patrol versus Fortune 5000. Who's your winner?
Pump Patrol.
Pump Patrol?
Yeah.
All right.
Where's Johnny Flex? Yeah, Pump Patrol.
I
Dude, they've been
know.
letting that little dude get his ass beat.
Yeah. And
Like,
that's
they
another good
abandoned
kid.
him.
He inspires me, man. He'll post some stuff on Instagram every now and again. I'm
He's
just
the
like,
best one, though,
fucking
right?
dude.
Come on,
He's
Pump
aw- yeah,
Patrol's
he's
a little
definitely
weak.
the best.
Work. You know, he's a kid, bro, and he'll be working out on a Friday night or something like that, like putting in the effort. Love it.
All right. Well, dude, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, that was great, man.
That was fun.
Let's get weirder next time. Let's talk.
Yeah, we have
Let's go
to,
deeper.
Yeah, you ready to go deep? We got to take one of the topics and like really break it down.
Yeah, we were all over it. Hopefully, at least it makes you think.
You know what we used to do in school? They would make you have a debate, and you didn't even get to choose what side you were on.
Oh,
which
you're
kind
gonna
of
have to
sucked.
argue
But
it?
like each of us, like we could pick teams, like me and Czar Tome and Lattie and Mayday or something, and then go back and forth, and
All
you have to
right. Oh, yeah,
give
we'll
your
smoke
points.
'em.
Like you have to research. You have to like research it and
Let me
like
go on the
write
other
a
side
paper.
next time. I have some that I could throw out there.
All right, I got Allie. She could yell over all of y'all for
That's
hours.
right. That's right.
Dude,
And
so-
me too. I can yell also. All right.
You turned me on to this dude, Owen Benjamin, man.
Yeah, he's fun.
He
He's
does a
very funny.
podcast. He's a comedian.
There's a lot of guys out there. He does a show every day that's hilarious, and it's nice for me that I get to put it on. I have some other friends that are on, like Dolly Daydream, who I was telling you about earlier, Roxanne the Globe Denier. They do great shows. 007, The Really Woke Show. I'd go check them out.
Really woke.
Dude, LattieInk.com. Is that still up?
Yeah, I mean it's just a hub that gets you to social media at this point.
Yeah, Lottie Ink on Facebook.
Again, we're working on stuff right now, and things. I'm learning the business side, and very quickly. It's just things go differently. They're talking about stuff at IDW about 2021. You know, like they're a year or two in advance.
Gotcha.
So we're working on things.
Dude, check out Night Stars if you haven't already.
Yeah, you
That's
right.
Tim's original creation. IDW books.
Space
You can find
kids,
all
time kids.
his different work and covers. Amazing artist, dude. Always a pleasure. My mind is gravy now. Maydays have been gravy since last week.
Like gravy.
There you go. Used to be. Y'all can hang out in a little bit.
Some. Tim, hey, Tim.
All right. Watch this. Don't knock his
You
drink
about
over.
to go on break, Tim.
Dude, you can't come over here with the walker. It's too big.
Why not? Why not?
There it is.
Come give him a
DJ.
kiss. Come give him a kiss.
He's DJ Mayday with the break.
That's DJ Hungover Mayday. Not Real Radio 194. We got Owen Benjamin and some beats. A Czar mashup coming up. PPVGuys. Not Real Entertainment Minute. Not Real Minute. Not Real Entertainment. Not Real Radio 194. Stay tuned.
You know, yelling at somebody about the earth being flat doesn't really do anything except make people think you're insane. It sounds insane. Even right now, it still sounds insane to me. But it's provably false that we live on a spinning globe. I'm not going to say what we live on, but like, don't think I don't know how it sounds. But the clarity of thought is so much better when you have a world that makes sense. And the 1,000-mile-per-hour spinning was disproven by Michelson-Morley. You know, Einstein said a bunch of nonsense to keep people on page with the slavery model. And it's like, I know how it sounds. I know how it sounds. Like saying the world is flat is fundamentally the thing a crazy person says. Like that's how we're raised. I know that. We're not living in a deceptive world. The deception comes from outside, and you have to let it in. And what the point I was going to make earlier, and then I'll open some mail, is the Freemason types, the way that they justify the lies is they say that they're testing the sheep. And if you fall for it, it's your fault. You have to understand how much your choice is a factor. And a lot of very evil people are destroying your health, your mind, your future, and they justify it because you go along with the herd. You think you're going along with the herd to be a good guy. No. Going along with the herd is sealing your fate. Once you acknowledge that it's possible, you see it everywhere. There's an argument. Remember that one plane that used to go like 1,500 miles an hour? That you could go from like London to New York in like 2 hours. It was called I can't remember what it was called, supersonic. It would go up to like 50, 60,000 feet. There's an argument that they stopped that plane because it was so obvious the Earth wasn't round. It's absolutely not the spinning ball. And when Michelson-Morley proved that, without a shadow of a doubt, they introduced Einstein to bend and twist and pervert our way of seeing the world. And while they were at it, they brought in fake nuclear bombs, not real, provably not real. The world, the time, and everything is relative based on gravitational fields that you can't measure, recreate, or even theorize with any accuracy whatsoever. And it's a model that's so bad, you can't even predict anything. That there is the knowledge of when the eclipses happen and all this stuff. And then they just interject that into mainstream nonsense. I can't prove that though, but it seems pretty obvious. I think it opens up way more than it closes down. About our history, what's out there. I think that above us is water. The water's above and the water's below. I think our world is so much more biblical than anyone could possibly have imagined. And the Quran. And the Torah. And some of Buddhist teachings. I'm a Christian. I subscribe to the Bible. The Bible is truth. But when you see a lot of crossover, it helps the dialectic argument with people that don't agree with you. When you see a lot of the same stuff being said in fundamentally different parts of the world that all seems to line up a little bit with certain things, it's much easier to convince somebody something. What if we are the lost city under the sea? Right? See how interesting this gets? I know people smarter than me that think that we live on a globe that are not liars, that are truth-telling people. I think that that's what's missing in a lot of society these days, is being able to disagree and still be buddies. It's all based on the trust that what you're saying you believe to be true. I can be friends with people from vastly different backgrounds if I believe that they believe it. The people I find fundamentally evil and I just have no respect for are people that know something and they preach and evangelize something else for their own material benefit. Those are the people that I can't stand. I know tons of people that think, dude, most people think we live on a fucking spinning globe, guys. Like, most people. I'm not a quote-unquote flat earther because I don't subscribe to any current model because I can't prove anything except for the hoax. That's it. Unauthorized.tv, unbearablesmerchandise.com if you want a sweet shirt.
We are Popcorn, Piss, and Vinegar, and this is the Not Real Entertainment Minute. Not Real Minute, Not Real Entertaining. My name's Chris.
Scott.
JB4.
Man, we have angry directors. So it all started out with Martin Scorsese, and then it went over to Francis Ford Coppola. Yeah, they think that comic book movies are no good. Francis Ford Coppola even calling the movies despicable. Was it despicable?
It was despicable,
okay.
yeah, it was.
So, I mean, you know, instead of sitting here and going through all this shit, let's look for what it really is, okay? Tentpole movies, we are in an era now to where people want bigger and better, and not only is it beyond the movie, everybody is looking to create a multifaceted, multimedia experience with movie franchises, television, social media, video games, movie theaters, action figures, everything. And they're getting a lot of success, in particular with the Marvel comic book movies. And the thing with it is that these movies are currently dominating the cinema schedule. And these smaller, more personal movies, they don't have any room for them. And that's making these kind of old-school directors really kind of pissed off.
In the theater, Ed Norton actually offered a really good clapback to... he lumped Spielberg in because Spielberg was shitting on Netflix.
Yeah,
And he basically said, you know, the kind of money that Netflix is throwing at these little mid-grade movies would not have a fucking chance in the movie theaters. So it's great that this content is actually being created and seen at a level that, you know, they wouldn't phased out.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, other streaming services too. Hulu's getting into the game now.
Well, you know, and I'm sorry, go ahead, Ginger.
I was just going to say, it's funny that Scorsese's is shitting on big tentpole movies when he just put one out. But also, he did the smartest thing that anybody could do. He went right to Netflix. He put that Irishman movie straight to streaming.
Yeah.
And that's the future. Like, that dude knows. So why is he if he thinks that tentpoles are this terrible thing, fine.
Yeah, why did he put his name on Joker?
Let the tentpoles get the theater and put your important movies out where people are going to see them.
Well, he's got to take his extra swipes also. And, I mean, let's call it for what it is. Look, these Marvel movies don't really break a lot of new ground. I mean, they're very formulaic. They all tell the same story. The only time that they really become different is when it's an event movie like The Avengers, or it's something that sequelizes to push the story along. But, I mean, dude, all those first-timer movies, Black Panther, Ant-Man, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, going down the list, even Doctor Strange, they're all format the same fucking movie. I mean, they really are. I mean,
so,
you know, and I think that's what makes these guys mad.
Why do you go to movies? To take a break, maybe kind of exercise your mind for a second, but usually it's just to take a break and relax and enjoy yourself.
That boy go to eat popcorn.
If a movie does that, fine. If some thought-provoking indie whatever movie does it, fine. If a Scorsese violent movie does it, fine. It's all for entertainment.
I'm pretty much on James Gunn's page. Do you guys see his response?
Yeah.
I mean, a class act all the way. He basically said, back when these guys were the vanguards of cinema, they were shaking the tree with their mafia pictures. And I'm sure a lot of old filmmakers at the time were like, that's not real cinema.
Oh, yeah.
And,
we made
so it goes.
movies.
Well,
yeah,
and that's it. Those guys were all anti-establishment. I mean, if you think about it, all those guys came around the same time. Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, Francis Ford Coppola, Brian De Palma.
Wow.
All those guys were the mavericks of cinema in the 70s.
Pick a list.
And that's what it is. I mean, I'm going to go out this. We'll end it out with this. I'm going to agree with Zartome. I think that there's some movies that you want to see at the theater, particularly not in the Dolby Theater though. The Dolby Theater is horrible. Stay away from that one. But what I'm saying is that you want to see some movies in the big Bang and Sound format, like a Star Wars or a Marvel or even a DC or an Avatar or something of that magnitude. But these more small personal films, say, look, I really want to see The Irishman. I fucking love Scorsese's mafia movies. Yeah. I'm totally comfortable watching that on my television.
So am I.
So
me too.
And you got my money for it.
Hey, that's it. Hey, look, we appreciate you guys listening. Make sure to check out us and Not Real Radio on your favorite podcast browser. Thanks for listening, NC.
Browser.
Dude, you know how I know when somebody's right?
I agree with you.
Yep, you got it. I agree with you on that too.
See that?
How you doing? How you holding up there, man? You fading? That means yes. Gotcha. I can't even form yes. You did good at the break. That was the best one yet.
Thank you.
Dude,
no, I don't think it was the best. I think it was good, though.
The end tag was genius. It was beautiful.
You like that?
Really flowed off your tongue.
You like that?
Good impact.
That's good.
What was it? Not Real Entertainment Minute, Not Real Minute, Not Real Entertaining, Not Real Radio 194.
Yeah.
Fucking nailed
Stay
it,
tuned.
pal. That was beautiful.
Huh?
Best one yet.
You want to know my secret on that?
What is that?
Maybe that should be what Mayday's got to say.
Yeah?
I'm going to tell you my secret of how I
really
get through
care what
those
your
things.
secret is,
Well, you know what, Allie? We don't care about you.
Yeah. At least he just made up his bit.
Thank
you.
you.
Allie's fucking thinking, oh, you're doing it now? Let's get it.
Let's get it.
What
You wanna know
Mayday's
what
got
it
to
is?
say? Let's jump around.
Let's hear it.
Let's
Jump
go.
up, and get down.
Jump.
Everybody.
When I want to figure something out or I have like a real heavy thing I got to kind of think about, I
Yeah.
take a shower. For me, it's the shower. I come up with the best fucking things, like the little Tang thing. Came up with that in the shower. Came up with the tagline in the shower. When I rehearse it and all that stuff, and when I get it, it's just natural. You know
Yeah,
what
the
I mean?
shower's the only place where you're not being bombarded with input.
Bombada.
Input.
You gotta put your phone down. You gotta.
Oh,
Usually
no
you don't have a
computers.
TV or
Right,
no
yeah.
sound. You
No
actually get to
phone.
go inside your own head.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll put like Spotify on in the background just to kind of have a little
Oh
noise.
boy!
But
Off your cell phone?
no, in the front.
Oh, and leave the door open?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Wait, you take a shower with the door closed?
Yeah. What do you need to leave it open in case somebody fall? Like you fall and somebody needs to get
No,
in?
that's why I got my life alert.
Like, dude, it gets all steamy and shit in there. You close the door.
Oh no! I mean, my showers don't get that
You
hot. that it
leave
gets
the door of your bathroom open when you're in
Yeah.
the shower. That's what you just said.
You know
It gets
why?
cold in there.
You
Well,
fucking
that's why,
kidding me?
because it gets too hot sometimes. I want to leave let the air circulate.
You fucking wow.
Why?
Boy,
What are you talking about? I take a hot
Alright.
shower and I need to cool off. I know Jared needs to cool off after his shower.
Really? Why are you bringing Jared into this?
Because fucking he gets it.
He
He
wa-
should open the door too. We should all try a shower with opening the
If
door.
I shut and lock the door and I fall, then how
you
the
ever-
EMS gonna
Hey.
get in to get me? Be like Pickle. Hopped up out the bed.
Turn my swag on. Take a look.
You ever just been in the shower and just diddled
Like
with the
diddle
door
with your dick?
and opened it?
Well,
Oh man, my dude coming up is also Mayday's birthday.
yeah, Mayday's
Hey,
birthday
Monday.
weekend extravaganza.
When is the actual day?
Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturday.
November
So we're gonna
2nd.
be doing the show on your birthday, Mayday's birthday show.
birthday show
it, baby.
extravaganza?
Maybe we'll take some calls. Maybe people can call in and wish you a happy birthday. You want to do that?
Yeah,
Hi, Mayday.
absolutely.
Happy birthday, my baby
right.
boy.
If any
Michael,
women-
my baby.
No, never
If
mind.
any women or trannies out there want to perform sexual
No,
favors on Mayday,
no,
he is
don't say
open
that.
for it for his birthday.
Please.
Send him a private message though. Don't be fucking blasting him.
Oh yeah.
Especially the trannies, man. You don't like
Stop it,
you don't
please.
like to make a big
Don't,
deal
that's
out of
not,
it.
That's a derogatory term.
He's
you don't
like
say
the White
it.
Howard. What?
Please don't say that.
Oh, how am I supposed to refer? I'm not one saying it to be like mean.
You could say trans women.
Trans women would like to call Mayday. It's too long. Anyway, moving on.
Or you
And
could just say women. It would include everybody
we
that.
also moved the show to Mayday's birthday because next Sunday, fucking up our whole schedule, is the Revolution Rumble. That's right.
Rumble!
WildKat
Let's
Wrestling.
get ready to
live from the Pontchartrain Center. 4:30 p.m.
Oh, let's get it on.
You might have a chance to still get tickets. It was selling out quick. If you're a wrestling fan or
They
just
probably
a,
got some general.
I wouldn't even
admission.
say wrestling fan. Thank you, Luke. If you are just a fan of live entertainment, When we first started going to this, I was really impressed on how much it is like going to see a band or a play.
Yeah, me too.
Like it's just sports and athletes added
you like to go
into the
see plays?
equation. Huh?
You like to go see
I didn't
plays?
say I like to, but I've been to some. I'm a big fan. I would like to go see Bat Boy if Daryl will
if you went-
assume that character again. Allie,
What, man?
you gotta have
I
something.
was adding to the song.
Oh, you're doing a good job.
Thank you. That's what I would have done if I had the lemur. I would have put that little person in there going,
So let's pick our. Yeah, well, you don't have a lemur, so don't do it.
I'm going to dress as a lemur for Halloween.
Stuck my pen somewhere. I can't find it.
I'm going to
All
stick
right.
it somewhere.
Why don't you stick something in your fucking mouth for 5 minutes?
Why don't you? Welcome to
That was a
Allie.
good one. No, she don't have one, man. Moving on.
No, I did. Fuck you, I did.
Oh, why are we doing the show out of order? You're just fucking doing your own thing over there, huh? You trying to speed this bitch up.
Do y'all want to know or no?
Sure. Long story short, what is it?
Shut the fuck up to Allie Investigation
That was a good one.
with your host, Allie fucking douchebags. This week's investigation. Tori Amos is a fucking ripoff of Kate Bush. What the fuck? So I learned an interesting fun fact this week. There's a lawyer at work that's always like blaring, most of the time, punk rock or other inappropriate music right in the front firm. And I can always hear it. So then we'll talk about music here and there because there's really just no fucking avoiding it. So sometimes he'll walk past me and say, what are you listening to? We kind of have music wars because I got to put mine loud enough to be able to fucking hear it over his. So anyway, I'm listening to Tori Amos, Pandora. No, I don't listen to that at work. Keep in mind, I'm sitting at the front. So whatever music I have, people that are going to hear it. So I have to listen to... oh, that's disgusting. Oh, God. Oh, no. So I listen to Tori Amos and, like, Keen and, like an easy listening-ish kind of, like, old 90s, like, whatever you want to even call that. I don't even know.
I don't think he has that.
Short. I'm not telling him to play my stuff. What I'm saying is it's very, like, pretty music. A lot of piano stuff and, like, singing and pretty... Long story short, Jeffrey walks past and he says, he hears, I got Tori Amos playing. He hears it and says, what you listening to, Kate Bush? And I was like, no, Tori Amos. And he was like, oh, well, that sounds exactly like Kate Bush. And I'm like, who the fuck is Kate Bush? Because I didn't know. So then I was like, all right. And he's like, no, man, let me. So he comes back there and he's showing me. And I watched this Kate Bush video, and I'm like, well, motherfucker, she sounds exact. Like, it's same vocal styling, same. And I'm like, that's fine. Like, it's okay. That was a big influence of her. I said, well, damn, Tori is definitely influenced by this chick, right? And apparently found out that Kate Bush was, like, the person that did that, and then Tori Amos, like, the American ripoff. So anyway, long story short, this is why I don't care. This is why I brought this whole thing up.
Oh, there's a point.
This is why I brought this whole thing up.
All
because Tori Amos tried to deny that she ever was influenced by her. And I thought that was so tacky. Like, come on, man. Shut the fuck up. Like, I'm telling you, if y'all listen to it, I forgot, matey. I was actually going to, not that you would have done it, but I was going to send you and say, play the two next to each other and if we can hear like the similarities in their voice or whatever, but it's pretty fucking close and very, very similar vibe, like the whole thing. So I'm not gonna say it. So I found on YouTube a video where she was being interviewed where Tori. Who does that sound like?
Sounds like my fucking testicles are shrinking.
Like it's the same exact like.
It's Madonna.
No, listen to her voice.
I don't even know what Tori Amos sounds like.
Just listen. Okay, that's Kate Bush. That's Kate Bush. I know that because Jeffrey showed me the song.
All right, what Tori Amos song you want to hear?
Oh no, come on.
Just whatever comes up.
All right.
Next time you do an
Let me
investigation, head the
finish.
goddamn
I didn't think he was going to do
notes.
it. I was just making the point that people can go and research on their own. This is just the trailer.
Oh. Yeah, right after they finish finding out the Earth's flat.
Gone to the other side with my encyclopedia.
this is probably not the best example of it.
All right,
But
so
all I'm
anyway.
saying is, but my point is this: very, very fucking similar stylings. And so they asked her about it because Tori Amos had been compared to her plenty. So this guy point blank was like, "How do you feel about being compared to Kate Bush?" And not only does she completely pull a Drew Brees and avoid the question altogether, she fucking comes back and is like, I just don't know why anybody would even do that. You know, I think to myself that, wow, it's amazing that they actually have time to worry about this or that. And I think they're only comparing us because we're both women. And, like, it was just the dumbest shit. And I was like, what? Like, just say, yes, I took her as
She
an
should have said,
influence.
I just like to use the razor.
No, but she could have just said, like, admitted the fucking truth. She tried to act like she never. He's like, so you saying that you've never listened to her stuff and you never took any influence from her? And she's like, I mean, I listened to so many things, and, you know, I just don't even understand how they could have made that comparison. But, like, their voices and their fucking way that they sang were so fucking close. And I could have easily, if he would have told me the Kate Bush song was Tori Amos singing, but, like, earlier, like, in the 80s, I would have said that was her.
It's mind gravy.
The new word. I love
I
it.
guess my whole point in bringing this up is, like,
It's better than the
me and my
firmament.
mom went to that Tori Amos concert, and I had my feelings about that, and I told Jeffrey, I'm like, you know what? I actually fucking hate Tori Amos. And he's like, you're listening to her music. I'm like,
bitch.
I don't like her as a person. I feel like she's fake. I feel like she's a liar. Like, just admit, like, you should be proud that you're influenced by different people. Like, she was like freaked out by it, and it's like, dude, why? So anyway, my point is, I think she's a liar, and I think she's like a phony.
All right.
And we went to the concert. She played 75% or more covers, and then made some weird excuse about being sick and left
I
early.
remember.
And what I'm trying to say is, I don't think I like her. Like, I paid a lot of money to see that, and I was like, you know what? I can't help it, though. Her songs are so fucking good. So I'll give her this. While she's not Kate Bush, and she might be a copy of her, she took Kate Bush's style and made it in the 90s and made it a little more of a modern version and a little bit more, like, I guess, soul, a little bit bluesier, a little bit to it. And Tori Amos is a fucking incredible artist, incredible singer, incredible pianist, writer, songwriter, musician. She's fucking awesome. I do not like her, but I love her music, and I will continue to listen to it.
There you go. All right.
So I just thought it was interesting to find that out. Like, damn, it's sad to find out that you like that, but
Let's pick our winners for the Revolution Rumble in the
Let's do
WildKat
something
Wrestling. Sunday night. Mayday,
just
who
be
you
happy
got?
I did an investigation.
Pump Patrol or Fortune 5000? Who you
Pump
going
Patrol.
with? You going with Pump Patrol?
Yep.
Pump
Really?
Patrol.
Yeah.
Slow-mo Matthews?
Oh yeah. I like the push-ups they do. You know, they got that
All
down.
right, they got a good intro. After
Yeah.
that, though, it tanks.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
I
think
got
they're
a
gonna
feeling.
Dude, I'm going with Fortune 5000.
Really?
Reginald Gates, dude.
Reginald.
Dude's the man. I think he ends up getting a pinfall. I'm gonna go that far and say Reginald Gates covers Slow-mo Matthews, and he's too slow to kick out. That's where I'm going. Allie, who you got?
Man, look.
Long
Pump
story
Patrol.
short.
I didn't say that, you fuck. Pump Patrol is better with Johnny Flex. Don't fucking do that. I'm not Pickle. I don't need you to fucking egg me on to continue talking.
That's right. Pickle never yelled at me.
Yeah, okay.
He probably
That's
should
true.
have.
Pickle knows
I
better.
think one time he did. He said something. He
Would
fucking
you
got
shut
stern.
up?
It was like, next story. We're like, oh shit, we pissed him off.
I think that was more me.
But
I think you're right.
that's true. But I think, man, I hate to say this. I feel bad because I really like Kurt Matthews. I think he's cute and I like him. But I do not like that other guy. I don't know his name. I can't remember him. I know I keep seeing him. I don't like something about him. I think he looks too big or something, or he's got weird muscles. And I just don't like him. The other guy that's in it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Something I don't like about him, and I'm trying, but I just don't. I'd rather see Kurt and Johnny Flex taking people on. I think it'd be so cute. So I still feel like, I don't know, man, Fortune 5000's okay. I still feel like I kind of want the Pump Patrol to win.
Totally confused. So then we also have Wild Card, Jay Spade, last week's guest. If you didn't listen to that show, I advise you do so. Very entertaining. Dude, I already liked him. I was pulling for him because I seen the anger inside and I can relate to that. Versus Set a Bum USA in a submission match. Like, to me, everything's stacked against Set a Bum USA, and I think this is one that he doesn't get out of. USA!
Set a Bum!
I'm turning on Set a Bum.
What?
I'm
You're
turning
on
him.
Set a Bum?
Yeah, I'm going for Jay Spade. I'm picking him. This finally's got to end, and there's just too many things against Set a Bum USA. You can only get lucky that many times.
Really?
Yeah, smarts is great, and you'll win the majority of the time. But then sheer bronze is going to eventually take over. Allie, who you got?
Man, Jay Spade's pretty awesome. I'm going to go with him. I really like him after hanging out with him last week.
You liked him after hanging out way more than after hanging out with
I always
Sedabum?
liked him. Whenever I saw him wrestling, I always wanted him to win. Like, even though I didn't really know him, I liked him. But Sedabum did some dirty shit, and I really like Sedabum too. I thought we were friends. But, like, every time I see him doing shady shit, I'm like, you know what, dude? This dude's a dirty referee, and regardless of me liking him as a person, he's going down.
Yeah. Mayday?
It's time to see him go down.
I'm going to root for Jay Spade, and I'm going to say this. I like Sedabum as a ref better than I do him wrestling personally, because they don't have enough characters on that side. Like,
He was the coolest ref, yeah.
Yeah, when he's doing dirty shit or he's kind of doing stuff, it enhances the
He was
moment.
a next level referee.
Right, yes.
I'd like him as a wrestler, but not this. He can't keep getting
Not
over
that weird
on
jailhouse
Spade.
outfit he wears and stuff.
Yeah. I want
He
the.
needs a different
Yeah, I
character.
want the damn turban.
Dude, he could come out eating fucking brains and shit.
Or smoking a hookah
Ooh, that'd be
I guess, yeah.
with a magic carpet.
Who's going to carry it? Have like a little boy carrying it behind him?
Definitely a midget.
Oh, yeah,
Painted
they have
blue.
one.
He needs a midget, paint him blue.
Yes.
Oh, and he could be like the genie that comes out
Yes,
with him.
that would be
oh,
awesome.
holy crap.
Nice.
I fix things.
There
He could
you
be
go.
Persian.
Dude, that would be so cool. Didn't he have a magic carpet last time?
He does.
Yeah.
And then paint a face on that thing on his side. Paint a little face on it. He could be in tag team matches.
Skin tag. That could be its name.
Look,
Skin tag.
Allie. Skin tag.
You could call it like Bill or something. Habib.
Skin
This is
tag
Habib.
Bill.
Dude, I told Jay Spade after the show, I'm like, man, I fuck with say dumb shit about like musicians and stuff, and that's one level. That already almost got my ass kicked multiple times. With these wrestler dudes, I'm one slip up that gonna piss one of them off that goes past entertainment to getting like really fucked up. Like I'd much rather get my ass kicked by a gay musician than fucking one of these wrestlers.
Yeah, right.
Like man, they've
Jay
been
Spade's
training.
coming down like
Yeah,
dude,
all they
right.
do is not pull the punch, and that shit's gonna hurt. They
Right.
like been practicing,
Yeah.
and you know they really want to hit something.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah.
they
They're
like, it's
frustrated.
fun pretending.
Jay Spade sounded super frustrated.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, whoa, all
I
right,
know.
dude, one more week. Like
You
right
are
there.
you are a hard body Harper clip away from that being real uncomfortable.
Man, sometimes I think Lattie's smart, and then when I hear him say shit like he likes Heart Attack Harper, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh,
I
don't
think-
bring that up.
I think he
was waiting-
respects him for what he does. When Heart Attack Harper comes out, regardless whether you like him or not,
Yep,
you
he
know
plays,
something
right.
fucked up
Yep.
could happen. So you got to
Kind
at
of like
least
set up.
No, you know something fucked up is going to happen.
Right.
He's very unprofessional.
Next match, Stevie Richards versus PJ Hawks in an extreme match.
Who?
I'm pulling for Stevie Richards.
Oh, God, Stevie. Woo.
But I think PJ
Sorry,
Hawk.
that's my favorite
I
one.
think PJ Hawk wins this one, but I'm pulling for Stevie.
I think he's gonna win too.
You think so?
Yeah.
Allie, who you think?
I don't know. I like both of them. The kid's awesome.
They're total opposites too.
Yeah, I know. I think it'd be fun if the kid did beat Stevie Rich, especially on this big stage like this, you know? He'll, like, it'll help him prove his own, like, especially because he got his ass beat so fucking bad last time.
Right.
He's going to be coming back with a vengeance.
He is, but he's gonna get his ass. Even if
He's
he
gonna
wins,
get his ass kicked, but
yeah,
he's probably
and is
gonna
Luke
if he
gonna be
does
able
win.
to just stand there and watch Stevie Richards teach
started
his
crying.
son? Yeah, yes.
Is
you
this a
did.
match where he can intervene or no? Is it extreme or is it like no? What is
Oh,
the
you're
one
right.
where he's no rules or whatever? Is
Yeah.
that what it's called? Extreme?
I wonder if Luke can jump
Or
in.
is that hardcore? Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I think
but
this is a stream. I don't think there's rules at all.
You know what though, dude? You don't want Luke to jump in. You want PJ to be able to fucking do it. You
Yeah.
know, like you want to see him.
Win or lose, I think it's gonna get to a point where Luke's gonna cry again.
Aw.
Yeah.
Champion versus champion. The Revolution champion, Matt Lancey, against the heavyweight champion, Steve Anthony.
I love it because I hate both of them. I hope they beat the shit out of each other.
One you don't like is guaranteed to lose. Which one you think's gonna win?
Oh God, man! I think Lancey's gonna beat that dude up, man. I don't like Lancey, but I think he's way like more badass than this poor guy. I love him, but he's terrible.
Yeah, I think, like we said last week, I think Matt Lancey actually knows himself, and Steve Anthony's just searching for himself, and I think, unfortunately, is going to have to find himself without the belt.
Yeah, I mean, Steve is like, you can tell that he does work on himself and he's in good shape and stuff, but he's just not a likable character
It's
for
all
me.
for a waste.
And I know, like, it just sucks. Maybe he will find something, I think he needs to shave his head bald and do the Kurt Angle.
I kind of wish they would have this match and the winner unifies the belts and then they do away with one. I don't like this 2-belt thing.
Why not?
Because it waters down both of them. One's the Revolution Championship and one's the Heavyweight Championship, and I don't still understand which one's better. And if, as a casual fan, I don't understand that, I'm like, man, you don't need it. It's just confusing. It's almost like giving somebody else a belt just so you have 2 champions to hype up.
I don't know about that. Doesn't WWE have a ton of belts?
They do, but they also have tons of like shows and tons of TV shows, and it's bullshit.
Oh, whatever, dude. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Which one's better? Which belt is more important?
The heavyweight.
The heavyweight. That's the main champion. Revolution
But
is
that's
a
only the
special show
heavyweight.
they do every year.
Oh,
What?
really?
Yeah, it's a rumble they do every year, and you do get a.
See, I think what you're saying is totally wrong, and that's why I
I'm
don't
not wrong. Every year they do this fucking Revolution. Whoever wins it takes the Revolution belt every time.
So they could unify the belts here.
They're not. Well, somebody could get both belts. Yeah,
Which one?
it could be either one.
Which
well, no,
one do
no.
you think?
Whoever has the Revolution belt.
You don't know? Mayday, who do you think wins this?
Lancey.
Really? You going with Lancey? Yeah, I'm going with Matt Lancey, too. Next, I don't know. I'm sure they're going to have other matches, but they really haven't been announced. If they were, I didn't see it. But one thing they are going to have is the Revolution Rumble. That's what it's all about. It's like their version of the Royal Rumble. I think you're throwing people over the top ropes. One wrestler enters every so many, like a minute, couple of minutes. Somebody new's going to come in. Dude, some of the participants are names that you might know. RVD. I don't know what RVD's going to be like as an older wrestler. Like those guys that do what he did, fuck their bodies up, and you can't keep that up.
Right.
But if we get one jump off the top rope or some kind, it might be kind of cool, but I don't picture him doing the things that we used to be like, holy fucking shit. Dude, RVD was one of the guys, when he come on ECW, I'd get excited. Like, this is going to be fucking dope. And more than not, he put his body on the line, and he jumped off of shit that no human should jump off of unless they got proper equipment, and land into something full of air or water. Harlem Heat, Booker T, and Stevie Ray. That's going to be pretty cool. I remember them guys growing up.
I do too.
I think on like Nitro or something, they were big on that.
Yeah,
I remember them.
Yeah, for
I remember him in WWE.
See, I remember, I think WCW, I think they came from. I don't remember.
Yeah, but I think he came to.
They did.
After, like, they changed.
Yeah, Honky Tonk Man, that was that goes way back to like old WrestleMania days with Hogan and them. That's when I remember Honky Tonk Man. He's kind of, I don't know. I never liked Honky Tonk Man.
He was in WCW first, and then he went to WCW.
I might not have been a fan of his, but it definitely would be kind of cool to see his old ass crawl in the ring. See if he's doing better than Tracy Smothers.
Ooh, yeah.
Psychosis. That was a dude. I couldn't remember him when Cheese came on here and leaked that he was going to be there. I did not remember the name, but, when I went back and looked and seen who he was, that dude, like, put on great matches and always lost to wrestlers I really liked. So it was like he was the dude in the mask that I didn't really care, but I knew that he could do some crazy shit, too.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah. But he's another one that, man, he jumped off of shit that you should not jump off of. That dude, Black Taurus, the one that dresses up like a bull.
What?
Yeah, you remember that guy with the black bull mask?
Is that a bull?
That's a bull, Allie.
Okay, thank you.
Also, WildKat wrestlers Danny Flamingo, Buku Dao, Katie Forbes. I don't know if Katie Forbes is going to be in the Rumble. That'd be
Why
pretty
not?
crazy.
Have one chick in there just getting toe up.
Yeah, I didn't see no mention of Johnny Flex on there, and I haven't seen him on any of the promos. So Johnny Flex might be going the way of Kojak. Jace Valor is going to be the first entry into this thing upon request. So we're going to see how that works out for him. And dude, my pick, Edrin Stone.
Really?
That's
What?
my pick.
For the
I think
whole winning the whole thing?
Well, how it's going to end is the final. Do you remember Spade explained it last last week, the last two people get like a main event match against each other. No, they wrestled that night. Oh, I don't remember. I'm going to have to go back. They may wrestle that night like as a main event directly after the Rumble. So when it's down to two people, it's like a match off pinfall.
Yeah.
So that I don't know, man. I think it's actually going to be Edrin Stone against Jace Fowler, and Jace Fowler just doesn't have enough in him to beat him.
He's so much smaller than him. Like, that just seems unfair.
What?
Little Jace Fowler dude seems so much smaller than that Edrin Stone dude.
Yeah, his brain's very small, too.
That's not nice.
Well, it's that Baton Rouge, you know?
I'm just saying, Edrin Stone's massive compared to it. I feel bad for the poor dude, you know?
Well, we'll see. It ain't guaranteed to happen. Mayday, you got to pick?
Dude, it's all over the place.
Yeah,
on
how
that
could
one.
you possibly?
I don't know.
I just did it.
I'm kind of interested to just see how it plays out. To be honest with you,
All right.
you know,
Good
like
answer.
no, I mean, just hey, it's one of those. Like I don't know, it's up in the air.
I want Buku Dao to fucking go crazy and start karate chopping.
I will
and
say,
flying through the air.
if I'm rooting for anybody, Buku Dao over Flamingo any day of the
Oh,
week.
Flamingo.
You know?
It's going to be hard to throw him and that baby growing inside him over the top ropes. Like, Buku can fly. He can accidentally slip. Buku go climbing around up there and then slips and falls. Right, you trying to throw a pregnant woman over a top rope? That's like eliminating two people at once. We'll give a full review of that on the next week. After that should be a good time. Pelicans.
Speaking of a good time, it's time for Oh with Allie. This week's Out with Allie featured event. Sunday, November 3rd, 2019, 4:30 p.m. WildKat Sports Presents the Revolution Rumble at the Pontchartrain Center. The annual Percy Pringle Revolution Rumble will be live in the city of Kennebra on Sunday, November 3rd at the Pontchartrain Center. The mayor, Ben Zahn, and New Orleans, Louisiana's Luke Hawks, pro wrestling superstar, actor, Hollywood stuntman, and the owner of WildKat Sports and Entertainment presents the biggest professional wrestling events outside of WrestleMania in Southern Louisiana since the 1980s. WildKat Wrestling's huge 8-year anniversary is guaranteed to be an unforgettable historical celebration with all of your favorites, including the best from all around the world, featuring Rob Van Dam, Harlem Heat, Booker T, and Stevie Ray, MVP, the Honky Tonk Man, Psyosis, Stevie Richards, Luke Hawks, PJ Hawks, Steve Anthony, Black Taurus, BC666, Matt Lacy, Jay Spade, Jenny Flamingo, Buku Dao, Katie Forbes, Rhode Island Wrestling Superstars, The Pump Patrol, and Virgin 5K to determine the first ever WildKat Tag Team Champions and so much more. VIP and floor seats are sold out. General admission $15. Any child 12 and under $10. For more information, order yours. Go to WildKatSports.com now. If it ain't WildKat, then it ain't wrestling. There you go.
All right, fun time.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's a lot of good information.
Pelicans had the first couple of games. Who would have thought that after 3 games that the Pelicans would be tied at last place with the Golden State Warriors? They have been fun to watch. They've been in a lot of games, very entertaining games. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, did not come away with a win, which kind of is disappointing. But as far as like entertaining and fun to watch, they have been. And to me, that's all I can really ask, except especially right now. Like, this is not a team that we're projected to possibly even not make the playoffs. So anything they're doing is kind of expected. And as long as they're being entertaining and I'm having fun watching the games, I'm all right with it. I haven't gotten pissed off and not wanting to watch more. I still want to see it. I'd still go, oh, man, I want to check out the game and see what happens. Kind of fun to watch different players develop. But it sucks that we're not winning.
Yeah.
But, all right. We already did Alley Investigation. We already did what Mayday's got to say. What game to play next? So, Mayday, I got 2K, right? What is this? Somebody on Life Support?
It's the fucking game becoming self-aware.
What the fuck?
What is that?
The game becoming self-aware.
Oh man, you said you didn't do no show prep. This
like
is
that?
genius. I don't know what this is.
Hey man, a monkey and a fucking plane, a fake phone call. Like who did know?
Sounds like
I'm
Hal
back to
on
it.
life support.
It is Hal.
But man, I was kind of like, all right, 2K is kind of done. I'm to a point where I'm not done with it, but it's leveled out. The grind is kind of over, and now
Right.
whenever I want to get on and play a
just
multiplayer
do it.
game, I
Right,
can.
right.
The grind is kind of coming to an end.
Right.
So I'm like, that frees up a little bit of, man, I want that to be the only game I play, right?
Yeah.
So it's been a while since I bought a game too. 2K was like the only game I bought probably in a year.
Damn.
They just really haven't. I did the thing where we got Game Pass. We
Right,
tried a
right. You
couple of
could-
things.
Right.
And no, you know what? I did get Division 2, but
That
kind of
kinda
ran
came
through
and
that.
went,
And
right.
yeah, it got boring. That's why I'm started looking at some new games for recent, like coming out soon or kind of. I think 2 of them are already out. They get the new Modern Warfare. I believe it's out.
Yep.
If not, it's about.
It is.
It is out.
Yeah. Last Friday, I think.
Yeah, so I watch some game. I watch gameplay. I don't watch. I have seen the trailer, right?
Right.
You see the trailer without trying.
Yeah.
Then I go and I look for some actual gameplay to
Yeah,
go.
same
All right,
here.
you can make
Yeah.
a cool trailer. What does the game look
Right.
like? And then I go to somebody who breaks it down a little further. I think
Right.
he's called Before You Buy.
All right.
And I watch
like
that
that, yeah.
because then he breaks it down a little more in the mechanics and
Right.
what you're actually doing,
About to get,
storyline, game modes, shit like that. And dude, it looks so fucking realistic.
Yeah, it does.
Looks great.
Yeah, it does.
But the only thing I was like, it started getting into the multiplayer, which they say the story mode's pretty quick. You
Really?
run through, it's almost like probably like a what's it called, tutorial.
All right. Yeah. Learn how to shoot. for
Yeah, by the
grenades and
time
shit.
you going through the storyline, you just learn how to play,
Right,
kind of.
right.
And then you go into the multiplayer, and it's just, I don't know. I think I'm just done with that type of game.
Yeah.
Like I played it a bunch, even going back into my just PC gaming days.
Uh-huh.
That's what I played on PC. I only played first-person shooter games
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That was my thing. And then when I got the Xbox, I did Call of Duty, and I loved the story mode, Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
And then when I got to the multiplayer, I really enjoyed that. But once I kind of ran its course with it, that was
Kinda the
fun
same
playing
thing.
Blackout
Yep.
like a couple of times and
Yeah.
Players Unknown. It was fun. I guess I'm just kind of bored of that style of game.
Sure.
That's
I'm
what
with you.
I think I've come to. So I'm like, man, this does look fucking awesome.
It looks great, dude. I was kind of shocked how good it looked.
Yeah.
Like it was like, God damn, that looks clean. Like if I wouldn't have known any better, it looks real almost, like right there.
But
Like,
unfortunately,
goddamn.
when you get into the multiplayer, you don't even notice that anymore.
What?
Like you don't
how
kind of
good
have
it looks?
time to
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
Like when it's a story mode, you're actually, especially in open world, like in a Fallout, every new area I'd want to like explore and
Right,
look
right,
at the artwork
Right.
and how well it was designed. Once you get into multiplayer mode with
it's
this
go.
game, all
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see is where you're aiming.
Right.
Like it
Yeah.
could look like shit and it doesn't matter.
For sure.
So I was like, man, I don't know. Then the Outer Worlds came out, and Smoking Buddha had even sent me something like, hey, man, check out this game. Look kind of cool. It's almost, to me, from what I watched, it looks a lot like Fallout in space. It's kind of that open world feel when you're going around probably collecting shit while you're playing a first-person shooter. And unfortunately, the story mode looked like a lot of listening to people talk. Like you walk up and they got choices you can make on how you respond, and it's like
Yeah.
that headshot of the person talking to you. I'm like, that boys the living
yeah.
shit out of me.
Yeah. It's too slow.
And the game looked cool, but not cool enough to where I'm like, I
adore
want to
that.
walk around in that
Right.
world.
I get it.
So I think my pick's going to be, it comes out November 14th. It's going to be Jedi Fallen Order. It's an
Really?
EA game. I don't like EA games. That's a
Really?
major red flag for me.
Really?
Yeah, EA sucks.
Really?
Yeah,
All right.
fucking garbage. What great game you played from EA lately?
Apex?
Right. It's garbage.
That's just me.
All right. you might like it then.
All right.
But I haven't really cared for EA games. I played a lot of the other Star Wars games. I thought they were
Yeah.
trash.
Really? All right.
But I get to be a Jedi in this, which I really like.
Ooh.
Every other game where it's like this rotating cast of characters that you're
Right,
playing, like a
There's not
fucking
like a
foot
main
soldier, whatever they call it,
Yeah.
stormtrooper, or
Right.
one of them people with the green outfits, like the jungle troops from Star
yeah,
Wars.
yeah.
I don't want to fucking be them. It's Star
Sure.
Wars. I want to be a fucking Jedi. And this, you actually get to do it. I heard it referred to by one guy it was God of War, but in a Star Wars universe. And I'm like, I need that. Like that
I
shit
know you
sounds
like God
kinda
of
fun.
War.
And I was pissed that it was like, man, God of War came out. I grew up with that game.
Right.
I wanted to play the new one.
Right.
I don't have PlayStation, so I can't play that.
That's kind of shitty. I don't like that.
So this is two things I wanted: a God of War type game, and I get to be a Jedi.
Nice.
I watched some gameplay. It looks pretty fucking wicked. Where you're running up and you're blocking all the lightsaber.
Oh, what?
You're using your lightsaber to block the bullets,
shots, yeah.
and then you're ricocheting them off and hitting the guy with his own bullet. That looks
kinda
pretty
cool.
fucking cool.
Nice.
I kind of like those games
Does it
too.
have a story mode?
Yeah,
Good. Okay. Can
I
I
think-
watch it with you and stuff?
you can.
Oh, thank you.
I may have to, out of the three, if I had to pick one, come on, pick one.
Pick one.
I'd probably go with good old Modern Warfare if I had to guess.
But you're already playing the exact same game, just different scenery.
Yeah, I mean, the only other one that sounds cool would be the Jedi one. Depending on the multiplayer and what you can do and who has it,
Why?
that could be. Oh, I'm all about if we could play together. Like, I like all the friends getting on and playing together as a
Really?
team. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
Really? Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Mr. Hyde and fucking offline and like,
Yeah,
you know.
I go in there and play games. I don't go in there to hang out with y'all.
All right, that's fine. I
It
like
is
to
fun
hang
to
out
play.
while playing games.
I like playing a competitive sport with it, kind of where you got to act as
drive
a team.
a car around.
Yeah, no, it's nothing about the car with that. That would be like if we all had 2K. I would like to have a team with everybody
Yeah.
doing plays and working together.
All right.
I think that's kind
A
of
team
fun.
building exercise.
No, it's called group sport. To where if it's running around in circles, fucking together,
Shooting, yeah.
shooting on the same map, running around, memorize the map, knowing
Yeah.
where people are
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
pop up, trying
Yeah.
to perfect that, and then doing it over and over and over and
That
over.
gets
I
boring
can't
to you?
deal. Oh God, yeah.
All right.
It's so repetitive.
All right.
Like I guess, but I don't know. It never seems to work as a team. Does that make sense?
A little bit.
Like,
Yeah,
dude, back in the old days when we played multiplayer, they would have like a war. Like,
See, that's what I like, where if they had something like 10, 12 people, and you could all play on one team. Just saying this, but Friday the 13th, I did enjoy. That was one big feature I really liked about that, how you can have 9, 8 people on the same team playing.
that's
you know
cool,
what I mean?
right?
That's
If
very cool.
And what I seen with the Modern Warfare, they said you die extremely fast.
Really?
So you're not bullet sponges. So
right.
it's like, man, they go get ready to die a lot.
Right.
And
Yeah,
it just gets so fucking repetitive.
Yeah.
It's like, brut dead, brut
Yeah,
dead. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
man, fuck.
Yeah.
To where before, you only had one life. When you
Right.
died, you had to wait for the fucking everybody to die to respawn. It was just kind of cool. But I don't know. No, the games seem to go through fads too. Once something gets popular,
Right,
and
everybody
every
does
company
it.
tries to put
Right.
out one, and it's like, man, I don't know. You'll come to the end of that, but I guess you're not there yet.
Yeah, and my other problem is I don't really have anything that I'd want to play other than that. Like, I mean, GTA's cool every now and again to go burn some time and to kind of dick off. But even with that, I get real bored real quick, even when you
Real
play with
fucking
people.
quick.
You know what I mean? Like an hour, and it's kind of like, all right, what are we going to do now kind of thing. I need another game. Maybe Advanced Warfare. I don't know, but there's definitely something missing, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's where I think you got to. People play like a ton of video games, like K-Goat and
Yeah.
Underwood. I think that's why they get tired of certain types of games, and that's why they end up playing 2D scrollers sometimes. Like, oh
Yeah,
man,
I can't
don't
do
want-
that. I've tried a couple times. I've even watched Kevin play some of those, and oh, dude, I'm like,
I tried that
couldn't do
Cuphead thing.
Yeah.
If I had a physical copy, I would have threw it. Oh man, Allie and I almost finished Rhythm and Flow. We did not
Nice.
get to finish it yet, but we got one more episode, and we're
Nice.
not going to review it again, so we don't spoil it for y'all. But since it's practically over, Allie, final thoughts on Rhythm and Flow.
I thought it was a good show. Like, I didn't think that I was gonna like it, but I really do like rap and the art of it. So it is cool to just see these different styles, and it got me kind of hyped up, making me want to rap again and stuff.
Uh-oh, Rappy Brown.
Yeah. Zartone was hearing a lot of freestyles. Mayday. Like yesterday, he was getting pissed because I was just yelling shit,
Really?
dude. Yeah, I was making some good rap stuff.
I watched a couple episodes, and I gotta say the quality of the production was way better than you were making it out. Like, I think you were dogging them a little bit. Like, it didn't look pro and this and that. And
It's not that it didn't look professional. It's just that the way it was orchestrated wasn't
boring.
necessarily.
Typical.
I get it, but at the same, it was funny to see the guy walk up when he wasn't supposed to.
That was
kinda
funny as fuck, huh?
You know, that was good. I really, really like Cardi. She's one of those.
She's
hard.
awesome.
She's hard to understand sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
I
not
think
gonna
she
lie. When she's
purposely
talking,
does
I'm
that.
like, what did she say?
When she
But-
wants to say something bad about the people, she'll like start getting up, trying to get away
Yeah,
from the
I
mic, but
noticed
it's
that.
clipped to her, so
Yep,
you still
you
hear her,
can't,
but
and you
it's
kinda-
mumble.
She's kind of talking down a little bit. Dude, all I gotta say, if I take anything away, was the girl with the glasses on the first episode. She smoked everybody on that whole thing, personally, as far as flow and all that stuff. She was the
Is
best.
it the
out of all.
two-tone hair one?
No, it's the
No,
one you
it's-
liked.
Yeah.
Oh, she's kind of like a little chilled out looking
Yeah,
kind of chick.
and
a
she
little
kind of
bit
got like dreads or whatever kind of thing. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
she was the best out of all of them by far. But the most entertaining thing for me was watching Cardi change outfits.
Yes.
And that, dude, when she was in
Her
that
hair.
feather thing with the matching hair, with the matching coat, with the matching everything, and like they did her makeup to match it, I was like, dude, this is unbelievable.
She's
She's
like a cartoon character, yeah.
And like in the plane and all that shit, I was like, I could watch
She's
half of the
awesome.
episode of this, just her dicking around and eating that strawberry. She's
Yeah,
like, this
she's
is fresh.
fucking
I'm like,
weird, dude.
I'll give
I
you-
love her.
All right, so go back to what you just said about her and her hair and all the outfits
yeah.
and shit. There's an episode to where they're like doing a hype up kind of thing where they're all
Alright.
sitting around
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about it, and she's still in a robe and a towel. And somebody says something, and she makes the joke, well, my wig ain't ready yet, so that's why I'm wearing this. And
nice.
it's just funny how real she was kind of
yeah.
through this whole thing.
That's how she always is.
And it really let me know that she's probably a really cool and nice chick, because when it came time to do the asshole and
was
hard
genuine,
thing,
yeah.
she didn't want to do it, and it wasn't an act. Like,
She also, something I took away from it that I was actually kind of surprised that she even mentioned, and it kind of goes unmentioned, is the fact that she said, if you want to be that top mogul, people have to love you, like every aspect of you, want to be you and all that. And looking at her and her persona and just everything about it, it's kind of like, damn, that is tough to have that full, to be that 1% or whatever it is, to be that full package. It's almost impossible.
and my biggest disappointment is that I think they were trying to make the next pop star, and it wasn't about pure rapping abilities. Like,
But
I
none
wanted
of
to
these
watch.
shows ever are.
I wanted to watch that and go,
Yeah, yeah.
motherfucker, them dudes
Right,
are
right,
bad
right.
fucking ass. Like, stop acting like you just made
Yeah,
up this song in 45 minutes.
Right.
You didn't. If you don't have a bunch of shit written already that you could
That's
pull
what
from
I
and
was
make
gonna
work,
say. Wouldn't you just
it's
use your
just
stuff?
phony. Like,
Yeah.
there's
I
too
have
much
one
of
other
the,
thing.
there's too much bullshit in it to make it like a pop star, and less about making of a true rapper. Cardi B is who she is, not because she was a great pop star. It's because she's actually a really fucking good rapper that then
Right.
became a pop star.
And everything fell into place.
Right. Like, you could take these people and try to make them a pop star by forcing them down people's throat,
Right.
working with really good fucking producers. Yeah,
Getting them
damn.
dressed the same way. And
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's
bring
the
them through
problem
the
that I'm
thing, but
seeing
they
with
don't
it,
have
though.
longevity, and they won't
Right.
become. I was hoping to catch the next thing, like, holy shit, that's the next fucking Eminem.
Right. Well, that was my problem. Was that I feel like throughout, as further it got in the show, it gets badass and badass with the production and how it looks, and it's like they're performing a real concert. But if you look at them when you saw them at the beginning and what they brought to the table, their own style that was unadulterated, so to speak, and then what they're trying to do because they're trying to win, it sucks because a lot of what they really brought to the table gets kind of lost in translation. They're actually taking these people's individuality away rather than bringing it out, I feel.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And it kind of sucks because I really did like the vibe of a lot of these dudes and chicks from the beginning.
Yeah, they ruined them.
They kind of, because now they're so nervous and they're like, fuck, okay, well, now I got to try to do this. And they told me this last week, so now I got to try to do that. And like they're changing themselves to fit what they think the judges want. And it kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's
it
where-
takes away from what they really are and how good they are in their own, like, with
Once
their
it
own
got
art.
to the video thing, then I was like, this is fucking dumb. Because to make me think that I'm that naive, they're getting judged on this video. You telling me those people wrote, directed, edited, cinematography,
right. Yeah.
and everything, storyboarded that
Right.
entire video, plus wrote the song and recorded it within like a couple of days.
Right,
Like, man,
right.
that shit's phony. So how do you get voted off because
Right.
they didn't like your video? Because that wasn't even none of
Right.
your ideas. Like, you didn't. People getting kicked off by the way one. Not kicked off, but they like got ridiculed by the way it ended or something. Like, how much control did they really have?
Right.
I get it.
And
You
the
know,
thing is, too,
just
it's
fake.
not called the next big mainstream rapper or whatever you want to say. The show is called Rhythm and Flow. So I did expect it to be more about the rhythm and the flow and the actual act
And it
of
wasn't.
rapping. where unfortunately it's not necessarily. It's who's the most marketable. And I get it. I'm not mad at him for that. It's just disappointing, like you said, because you really, for somebody who really, really likes the art of language and rapping, you don't get a lot of that. You get them trying to do something else instead.
And that shit's kind of
You know what my favorite episode was? The battle rap. They tore each other to fucking shreds. That one was awesome.
But yet you can go on YouTube and watch way better rap battles
Well, yeah,
in like
but it
underground
was just cool
fucking
to
bars.
see them, though, because they did all attack each other in their own style, and there was no like restrictions put on the style at that point. And I like that. And it was just over a generic beat, and it wasn't like pre-planned to it, like, oh, you have to do this kind of song or that. You just
And we
did it.
actually have better. I think we have better like underground rappers here that we've heard than the majority of these people were.
I agree. I think Pillsbury smokes the fuck out of a lot of those. I think Campa would have smoked a lot of those.
Yeah. What about Lab Leone?
I think Jablione's good.
He would have tried to fuck
I
everybody
think he
and
would
then
have
left
tried.
heartbroken.
No, I think he would have tried to sing too much though, and they would have been like, "No, you singing too much, boy. You need to just stick to the rapping." If he did his angry rap and his jumping around and stuff, I think he would have got. I think he would have got some respect.
We also watched one episode of Daybreak, Netflix original series. That was kind of horrible.
Wait, what was that? The kids?
Yeah, that was bad.
I'm trying to remember it now.
Yeah, it was
we
just
watched
dumb.
it Friday. It was something about these kids and like the end of the world. It's like the apocalypse came.
I would call it like the Van Wilder thing where he's like talking to the cameras the whole time. The whole show is like fourth wall breaking. That's kind of the thing where he's narrating this story and he's aware that they're making a show. And it's like post-apocalyptic kids, but yet it's kind of raunchy to where I don't really think it's a kid show.
No,
but
it's not a kid show.
It's
There's
not
definitely
fucking
some rated
raunchy
R
enough
stuff in it.
or like adult-themed enough to be entertaining, unless you're a really slow human being that hasn't
stop it.
made your mind gravy,
Different
like
type
Tim
of
Lattie.
vibe. It's a different. Yeah, Tim Lattie would probably love it because it's children.
No,
I mean, they're not
Tim-
the brightest fans, but they're fans.
Tim Lattie would Hannah Baker himself after 2 episodes of this.
No, but I don't know. I felt like it was kind of. Some of it was cheesy. I laughed. I chuckled a couple times. That's about it. I didn't think, oh my God, it's the fucking funniest thing ever. The guy that's the lead guy, I can't tell if I love him or hate him. Like,
Yeah, I
he's
don't
got
like him.
qualities, but he's kind of annoying. Probably the best thing about that entire show is that little kid, the girl, the
Right.
little girl who's like 10 years
The
old.
little girl with the bad attitude.
She's
That's
mean
always
and
funny.
she's pretty raw on people, and she's funny. And she's always setting shit on fire. I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, it's cheesy. I mean, it just seems like it's been done before.
Like you've watched it.
It reminded me of a low-budget series to try to knock off like Zombieland.
I don't want to say that I hate shows that are all about kids because that's not true. I mean, Stranger Things, but they have a lot of adult cool
You
shit in
hate
it.
shitty and horribly made shows with bad writing.
You know what? That show that we watched with those two kids, End of the Fucking World, that was
was great.
awesome.
Right.
And
You
then there
just
was
don't
another
like
one
bad
with kids
movies.
where
Some
the
of 'em
girl was
happen to have kids in 'em.
The girl was shape-shifting and everything into different bodies and shit. That was wicked. Her and that dude, and showed the journey of them going their teenage journey. You're right. Yeah, some kid shows are cool.
We also watched one episode, the only one available until tonight, of HBO's Watchmen. First season, first episode. After it was over, I didn't like it.
Really?
I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah,
But the more the week went on, and I thought about it, and watched like a YouTube thing breaking down things you might have missed or Easter
Right.
eggs in it.
Yeah.
After I watched that, I was like, holy fuck, I like that. I want to see more. Like,
Really? It took
now
a
you
minute to
kind of
kind of
understand.
like.
It didn't explain a lot.
Right.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on, man.
And I think if you watch the movie, it's detrimental to
Yeah.
you enjoying this series.
Oh
it
yeah,
would
the
be
movie
way,
fucked you up.
It would be way better if you read the graphic novel, because this HBO series picks up where the graphic novel leaves off, not the changes that they made to it to make the movie. So if you go in there
alright, yeah,
waiting
yeah.
like this is the aftermath of the movie, it's not. It's the aftermath of the original story in the comic book. That first episode, though, they throw you a lot of complex things, and I don't know if you don't know the graphic novel, and definitely if you've never seen the movie, you're going to be totally lost. But that might actually be a cool thing. Like it might.
They're coming for
What,
us, dude.
you were checking to see if you played a siren clip? Come on, man. We almost done. Hang in there.
No, I was just making sure.
So for me, though, knowing a pretty good amount about it, I did catch a lot of things. And the more I thought about it, I'm like, man, this is fucking really cool. Like, this could be good. And it does the one thing that I want more things to do, and then I was mad about it.
Right. Yeah, that is kind of funny.
Yeah, so as a week went by, I'm like, no, this is fucking awesome. As a first episode, it posed way more questions than answers. And in a series that I want to continue to watch, that's what you want. That's what keeps you, to me, engaged. When they start trying to give you all the answers, it goes all lost.
Right,
and it
right.
ruins the show, because the best thing about this show is posing questions to you. And to take a property that people already know a lot about, there's already a movie about it, there's a graphic novel about it, it's like it got its attention. To me, that's kind of hard to make an interesting story that's going to make people question again.
Sure.
And man, it really does. Like, I got so many questions now for that one episode that I'm like, man, the hardest thing too to wrap your mind around is it's in an alternative universe. It doesn't take place in reality. Events that happened in the history of this story changed the outcome of reality for modern times. So when you're watching it, there's so many things you got to figure out, because you got to understand the history of how they got to this point. And it's like way deep and intense. And they did not dumb it down. And that, I guess, I was mad about it first.
All right, but now you're that much more hyped up.
After a week of thinking about it, which there's not many shows I'm going to have to think about.
That. Yeah, for sure.
And it's that trickle. You can't binge it right now.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
and I kind of like that, because then it forces you. Remember when Black Mirror, we're like, man, Black Mirror is intense. You shouldn't be ready to click play.
Oh, yeah.
Like the last season, yeah, you could fucking blow that one out in 2 nights, and it was cool. But back in the day when Black Mirror was some heavy shit, I didn't want to watch another one.
No, everyone fucked me up too. It was like, Jesus, this is
so
heavy.
This Watchmen, I definitely would not have clicked play to watch another one immediately.
Yeah.
But after the week of thinking about it, I'm really looking forward to watching the second episode.
Not that it matters what I think, but I'll say this. I felt like the vibe of the movie was better. I just personally liked the style of it. Probably the only thing Zack Snyder's ever done that I liked. Because he put the movie on like the week or so before it. So the movie was so fucking fresh for me. And me being ignorant, I really didn't know that this was barely going to tie into the movie. So I had the movie in mind when I watched this, and now I got to try to watch it again without thinking about the movie, because that's what kind of ruined it for me. Because the movie just had such a cool vibe, and it looked really cool, and it was just different. And I liked the feel of the movie. So now I can go into this with new ears and eyes and whatever and be like, okay, don't expect this to be that movie.
Gotcha.
The characters are still interesting. What? Fuck you, man. I can say what I want to say.
No, I was agreeing
Why
with
is
you.
he laughing then?
I don't know. Because
Y'all give each other some kind of little fucking cues. Y'all are making fun of me subliminally.
Allie. I was trying to judge if you were
whoa,
finished or not.
Whoa. wait, how long have you had that? You fucker. He sounds stern, too. I don't need you to say my name like that. You fuck. Both of y'all.
Real quick entertainment news. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Quentin Tarantino movie is
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Thank you. It's getting a re-release with 10 minutes of extra new footage. Brad Pitt stops at a couple of red lights. Leonardo DiCaprio coughs a bunch, and Margot Robbie paints her toenails nude.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Really?
Oh, I love her.
None of that is true. Cardi B, except they will have 10 more minutes.
Hey, she is fucking so banging.
She's gorgeous,
dude.
man.
No.
Oh, she.
What?
Hey,
Margot
dude.
Robbie? Are we talking about the same person?
I'm just gonna say.
Okay.
Gal Gadot and Margot Robbie aren't even on the same wavelength.
Oh, and
You
that's
hear me?
fucking ignorant.
Nope.
That's
Look at-
ignorant to say.
In Suicide Squad, I guarantee you, they could not make Gal Gadot ugly enough to be believable or look bad to be Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad.
Harley Quinn was supposed to be hot, Zartome.
And she's not. She looks horrible in that movie.
She looks horrible in the new movie.
In the old one, she didn't look that great neither.
You didn't think?
But the new movie, she looks horrible.
Right,
And
but
I
have
don't
you
think
ever
you
just
could even
looked at
make
her?
Gal Gadot look that ugly.
Have you
She
ever
would
just
still
looked
look
at her
like,
when she's
what's her
wearing her
name?
regular?
Erin Brockovich.
Oh, Julia Roberts?
Yeah.
Oh, Julia
You
Roberts.
couldn't even make her look bad.
Well, she's gorgeous, right? But I don't think Erin Brockovich is supposed to be ugly either.
Dude, you wouldn't even let Margot Robbie in your house with that
Me?
Suicide Squad outfit.
Oh,
yeah.
in a second, dude.
What?
The door's unlocked,
Really?
baby.
With them track marks and everything?
Dude, do you remember her? She was in
Bring it
Wolf of Wall Street, dude. She was
Wolf of
fucking
Wall
incredible
Street is
in that.
fucking
I'm
so
just saying,
fine,
she's
dude.
got good makeup.
Gorgeous, man.
She's got good makeup, people.
No, she's a 12, dude. That's fucking perfect, boy.
Oh, well, if you haven't had
Hey,
enough...
Margo, the fucking door's unlocked, baby.
There you go. Happy
I
birthday.
didn't think I didn't like the Suicide Squad thing, no.
Dude,
But I
we
do
could-
think she's
We
fine
could probably
as a
get you a
motherfucker.
chick that looks like the Suicide Squad chick.
Ah, wait,
And
you had
dude-
me my hopes
We'll
up. I was
pick
like,
her
wait,
up on the
Margo
way
Robbie?
home.
Once upon a time in Hollywood, when in this movie when she played your girl,
Yeah.
Polanski or whatever, she looks fucking amazing. Sharon, whatever, Tate.
Yeah.
Dude, she
Taint.
looks fucking awesome in that movie. So why would you not want to see that?
If you haven't had enough of Cardi B, because it's not true, Allie. I made all that up.
You stupid as fuck. Why would you say something like that? It's not true.
Because I thought with Brad Pitt stopping at red lights, nobody cared about that. Leonardo DiCaprio coughing. But then once I got to Margot Robbie paints her toenails in the nude, then y'all were all about it.
She reminds me of like Fran Drescher in the 90s at her peak. You know what I mean? Like perfect shape, like that perfect dainty face. Like she's just a pretty bitch. Like
Yeah.
If you haven't had enough of Cardi B on Rhythm and Flow, or that other movie, the stripper movie with Lopez, if you want to see more of her, she'll be in the cast of Fast and Furious 9. No details more at this moment.
Come on.
I still won't go watch that movie.
Really?
Even as much as I like Cardi B, I can't watch that. The Joker has become the highest grossing R-rated film ever.
what? Go ahead, Joaquin. He's gonna get his award.
He beat out Fox's Deadpool and Deadpool 2.
Damn. That's crazy.
So I listened to PPVGuys
Uh-huh.
before it cuts out, and it didn't sound like they liked Joker.
Really?
But then the show cut out, so I
Are
don't
you
know what the rest of it
surprised?
is. What, that it cut out or that they didn't like it?
No, that it
That
cut
they
out.
didn't like it. Well,
Gotcha.
both. What do you mean cut out?
It started all over again.
The show.
Like it gets to a certain amount of time. It's every week too. It must be the template Freelo's using.
Yeah.
Might have something in it.
Wait, what's wrong with it?
Wait.
Should we
And
listen
you
to it
haven't
right now?
told them about this?
Because I thought it was me the whole time. But I changed
Oh.
it from my old app, Beyond Pod I used to use. I just changed to Google Pod, and it's doing the same thing. But if I go to that website, it doesn't do it. So maybe it's something when it gets converted to RSS or whatever, the pod.
That's interesting.
It's some weird conversion. So if I want to hear the whole show, I got to then go later to listen to it on their website or somewhere else. But anyway, they didn't like the joke, and I don't understand. I don't know what they want out of movies. But maybe this week things will change. Coming to the movies, maybe those old bastards like Terminator, Dark Fate. This is rated R. I'm sure it will come nowhere close to Joker money. There's no way people still want to see this. To me, I grew up at that time. Movie should be made for me. If not, reboot it and make it for children again.
Fair enough.
I don't think they're really doing that. And I'm like, why don't I want to see this movie? What happened to the Terminator franchise that ruined it for me to where I jumped off the Terminator hype train?
All right, what?
It was the metal Terminator.
Metal.
Metal. The liquid one.
It's metal.
The one that turned into the liquid.
What?
That ruined it for me.
The
Really?
metal.
Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
All right.
Like Terminator 1, I thought was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
what
that
a
was a bad
crazy movie. When I
motherfucker.
watched
Is that the
as
one
a
where
kid,
he was naked?
They're all naked, but yeah.
No,
When I
like
wa-
I remember being a kid and I was like, why is he naked?
Yeah, when I remember watching it as a kid, I'm like, holy shit, this movie
Yeah.
ain't
Oh.
fucking around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
That was great. 2, though, with Metal Man and
Metal.
the kid, I was like, I just fucking didn't like it.
Yeah, it was a little. I did like. I'm not gonna lie. I did like the GNR song that they did with that. They had a big
you know,
promotion.
yeah.
I know. It was whatever.
Yikes.
But
why?
yeah, that kind of ruined it for me. But then they kind of got me back when Christian Bale did it. That movie's not really that great. It gets kind of dumb. But the first like 15 minutes of that movie, I really fucking liked it. I thought that was some great action sci-fi movie making.
Yeah.
It
that
should
was
have been
cool.
the climax at the end. It starts off great, then slowly just turns to shit.
Dude, that one with Claire Danes is horrible.
I never even seen now.
Your girl in it's hot as shit though.
I
The
don't know what
Terminator
that
on
is.
that, but God, dude, the rest of it was just terrible.
Yeah,
John Connor.
This one looks bad. It just looks like more female empowerment, which is great. Maybe women will really like this movie, but I don't need to go see that.
Dude, Edward Furlong's back in this? That's crazy. I can't believe
yeah,
Linda Hamilton's coming back, because I thought like the last one or something like that, she like absolutely said I will never be on another Terminator movie, and it's like, damn, they must have thrown a lot of cash at her.
Yeah, I don't know.
She got a
Mackenzie
short
Davis,
haircut.
is that the new Terminator chick? She's very uninteresting to look at and doesn't, maybe she's supposed to be. She's a robot. She doesn't have personality, but
There you go, Gal Gadot.
it's the ability, like Arnold, to have a personality
Yeah.
without having one.
Right.
And them just going back to the same cliche, like little taglines.
actress.
I'll be back and all. It's like, oh man, come on.
Yeah, I
like
don't
you
find her to
become
be
a,
that cute.
they become a cover band to themselves.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's not
I'll watch
hideous.
it.
She's got these weird eyes that are like real big.
Hey, I'll watch it when it comes on Netflix or whatever, but I'm not gonna watch it at the movies. I mean, it's just
Yeah, I ain't even gonna watch that on Netflix.
Really?
The Irishman, a mob hitman, recalls the possible involvement with the slaying of Jimmy Hoffa. Martin Scorsese directed. This is what the PPV guys were talking about at the break. Robert De Niro. He's going to play Frank Sheeran.
Yeah.
I don't know. That word's got a Q in it.
Anna Paquin.
Yeah.
Paquin.
I don't do Qs. She's
Peggy
going to play
Sheeran.
his wife, Peggy. And Al Pacino is going to play Jimmy Hoffa. Kind of cool that Martin Scorsese's still making gangster movies, and I'm pretty sure Robert De Niro and Al Pacino's were Italians in the last movies. Now they're going to be Irishmen. I ain't gonna lie, this seems like this movie should be made for me too, or maybe the generation right before me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of bored with it. I don't need to see this. Like,
I like this chick. She's got those teeth.
I don't know, man. I grew up. It was cool watching gangster movies. I've seen The Godfather. Loved that. That's, to me, when you get a little older, you can appreciate that movie. You know, I had to probably get into my 20s and rewatch it. It's so fucking long, though. It's like watching the entire season of Sopranos.
Huh.
And then, dude, Scarface was fucking
Oh,
great.
Scarface is one
He
of the
played a
best,
Cuban
dude.
gangster.
Ah,
It's like,
yeah.
all Pacino does is play gangsters.
Yeah.
I remember Casinos when it started falling off for me.
Dude,
it was
Casino's
still
an
good.
incredible movie.
It was good, but I was kind of at the time like, all right, how many times are we going to be able to watch this? Would it still be interesting? It started becoming running around first-person
enough.
shooter.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
What was that? Brooklyn? Something about Brooklyn. About the kid. that,
Oh,
like
Bronx
Tale.
Tale.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh God, I remember that.
It just started taking gangster shit and putting
Yeah.
all kinds of movies together with it. But I don't know. I mean, he's making the same old shit. Can this really be that interesting?
Well, I'll say this. Scorsese, if anybody can do it, he can do it. Like,
Yeah.
he's always a wild card where he's still like, the dude's got it. It's just a matter of, is he going to do it or not, or have the ability to do what he wants to do with it.
I think this is playing at the movie theater, but PPV's confused me, and maybe I'm not correct.
It's direct to disc or whatever.
I know it's coming out on Netflix on November 27th, but I believe it may come out at the movie theaters this Thursday or
Really?
Friday. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. You have to find out for yourself if you're interested in that.
Interesting.
But I don't know. I'd probably watch it on Netflix if it's not. It's 209 minutes.
Oh,
That's pretty fucking long.
Yeah, it is.
Hey.
That's like 3 hours.
Oh, it's probably gonna be one of them slow builds too. And
Yeah.
I
A lot
don't
of
really know-
driving.
I know this sounds fucked up, but I don't really know if I feel like watching Robert De Niro and Al Pacino play Irish gangsters. Like, if there was somebody else in this, like equally as good of actors, but not them, like it's hard, man. It's like Dustin Hoffman playing an Outbreak. I'm like, when did Rain Man learn to speak so well? Does that make sense? It's like, well, I got to see these same people over and over and over play damn near the same character, the same fucking story, except for from a different country. Like, wait,
Retarded. He's a
all right.
Downey sheet in one. He's
Yeah.
not a Downey sheet in the other.
Scorsese was like, all right, do what we did last time, but now you're Irish.
Yeah.
See what you got.
Right.
Bull Durham. Let's go. It's like, I don't know. But anyway, dude, next week, it is birthday show, Saturday night, Not Real Radio.
Baby.
Yeah.
We haven't nailed down a time yet. It'll be after the LSU game.
LSU.
LSU. College game of the century.
Happy birthday, Mayday.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope you join us.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
Sunday.
fun.
Next Sunday, we'll be at the Revolution Rumble with WildKat. Until then, keep it not real.